Good morning, it's Wednesday, Pantyhose Greg here. I'm glad we're all friends. That's all I gotta say.
Klein Alley Show.
106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Oh, hell yeah. Good morning and welcome to your Wednesday. Here we are back at it again. Klein Alley Show on KROQ. Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming back for more. Or perhaps you're just confused right now and you can't figure out why your speakers are speaking to you. You didn't mean to listen to us. Well, guess what? You stick around for the next 4 hours, you could end up with Coachella tickets, lift tickets, access to Creep IE Con, and potentially you'll even laugh at one of the things we say on the show.
Ooh, that's a tough bet. I don't know if that's going to happen.
Although this guy claims, and I don't know if his standards have dropped or perhaps it's because he's a drinker, but he claims the show has been funnier as of late.
Fine, Allie. I got to say, let's see. Right now, it's like 20 degrees out. I'm walking my dog in Minnesota. And you guys are f***ing hilarious. Oh, sorry. You guys are hilarious. Like, it's a good way to end the day. It's probably, I don't know, I just got back from the brewery. It's 10 o'clock.
See, it all starts to make sense.
There
Guys living in Minnesota, it's freezing out, and
he
he's
calls them
hammered.
jokes.
Yeah, he was at the brewery, so clearly, and he's listening to the show after the fact. Like, not a morning show right now, people just waking up. He's listening to us later in the day on the podcast.
Half drunk.
Sounds like more than half drunk.
Listening to old people's secrets and you two just mouthing off on each other. It's freaking hilarious. Good stuff. Sweet Dibbit. Old people's secrets. Love it.
Old People Secrets for the win. You just listen to the show, and we will give you all the secrets you need if you want to live forever.
And if you missed that, it was a Thelma and Louise situation with this 110-year-old woman, and you can catch up on the podcast.
Today on the show,
Vanessa needs to start taking some of that advice because she's going downhill
She's
quick.
definitely an early onset dementia.
Vanessa.
We just had this conversation 10 minutes ago.
Vanessa, you're falling apart. You're falling apart rapidly, and we are concerned.
My brain. Yeah, I might be losing
Yes,
my
your
mind
brain.
skills.
Yeah, your brain is all messed
And
up.
we could all pinpoint exactly when it all started.
Okay, volleyball.
Yeah,
When
that's.
she started talking to volleyballs, it went all downhill from there.
I feel bad that we all had a good laugh about it and just assumed it was drunk Vanessa hitting on a volleyball at the bar, and that was the beginning of the end, because now we're just coming in here, we're having conversations, and she comes in here 2 minutes later to have the exact same conversation. We were talking about...
And it's all scrambled. Like when she recites it back to us, yeah, it's crazy.
She said today, because we got a petty claims court coming up later this morning, and we were talking about which couple we're going to bring on the air to battle it out. This is great because you get to be a jury of your peers. And she goes, so do you guys want to talk to the couple that's fighting about this or the other thing? And Allie and I are both like, oh, we'd like to talk to the first couple. They sound more interesting. And Vanessa goes, okay, so you guys want different things, or what are we doing here?
So since you can't agree, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
And we were like, we are literally saying the same thing.
She's like,
Guys, you're about to get me fired if you keep complaining about this.
She goes, did you say cancel petty claims court? We're like, no, we didn't say that at all. She's like, okay, my brain. It's really crazy.
I know.
What is wrong with your brain?
All right,
Vanessa,
relax.
you're not going to get fired, okay?
You'll
They
be-
already
No
fired
way.
one president today.
Yeah. Well, he stepped down.
Uh-huh.
Well, you read the email. It was his choice.
Vanessa should be the next CEO.
Vanessa
Can't
for
be any
CEO.
worse.
Vanessa for CEO. That's good, too.
I would love
'cause-
to see the welcome email that she puts out to everybody.
That'll be great.
Listen up, volleyballs.
Vanessa, I think, Vanessa, you're going to be fine. But I do think we should get one of those MRIs ASAP.
We should have her also write a welcoming email.
Yeah, write a welcome email as the new CEO of this entire company.
This kid has a future. I feel it.
Yeah. We got a lot to get to today. It'll be perhaps the greatest 4 hours of your life, and it starts right now on KROQ. good wake-up song for you this morning on KROQ. If you need us, phone's open, 800-520-1067. You can call, you can text. If you'd like to join us, win $100 of Allie's money. We got that coming up in moments. You feeling smart, or at least smarter than that lesbian wearing flannel right now. And she actually is a lesbian wearing flannel. Very low-cut top. You really unbuttoned a lot of those buttons, Allie. You are trying to...
Going Lauren Sanchez. I'm going full Sanchez.
I don't know about
Dirty Sanchez?
Yeah,
Sure.
You're definitely not going Lauren Sanchez.
Anything for ratings.
Allie's going full Dirty Sanchez today. First takeaway of the show. If you need to look at it, you can go ahead and check out the stream. We are on YouTube right now on KROQ. It's a new experiment, so you can listen, you can look, whatever it is you're into.
Take a look. It's free.
We'll get into the complete show we have planned for you. It'll be a decent one as we pin some listeners that have been successful in dry January up to, what is today, the 29th of the month?
Yep.
Wow, 29 days and not drinking. For some people, very difficult. They will be joining us later today. They'll be battling a panel of our favorite drunks on the show, like the Bud Light Bros, Jake's buddy, Bar Buddy Bob.
Yeah.
Who's a regular drinker, and he's at the bar every day from when it opens to when it closes. And I think we have our favorite, secondhand Cindy, who's always drinking
My
Chardonnay.
all-time favorite.
She'll be on as well in our panel of drunks to battle the people that are doing dry January. And speaking of Jake, we don't get a lot of praise for the ace, but here's a message that should put him in a good mood as we celebrate his dog's birthday.
Hey, Klein, Sweet Knockers. I've been a big fan of your show for years. I now convinced my boyfriend to like you guys too, so you can thank me for that.
Thank you.
But there's a bit of a concern, which you might call a red flag. His favorite person on the show is Jake.
Yeah.
That is a huge red flag. I mean, for so many reasons, mostly for all of us, because I feel terrible about myself now. But goddamn, that is something you should really consider.
Not only does he love Jake, he thinks Jake is cool. He thinks Jake has a really cool setup in his office. He thinks it's cool that he's into collectibles and unique stuff.
Run.
Yeah, you got to get out of this relationship.
You got to get out.
No, he
Because
sounds like a good guy.
if he's looking at Jake's studio and going, I love that, then that man loves clutter. And if you live together, that is slowly going to take over your home, and to the point you're going to be hoarders, just like Jake.
Jake's little setup, the nerd hole, looks like if a Spencer's Gifts and a freak show made a baby together and then
that sounds awesome.
threw up all over the place. That's
He has like those glow-in-the-dark posters that you thumb through.
Yeah, that's what Jake...
Those are fun. They facilitate creativity.
That's Jake's office. I mean, that's what it looks like. You can check it out right now. I'm sure there's... hold the camera around, Jake. Show everyone what you got going on in that weird place.
Do you have sex dice, too?
Yeah, I'm sure he's got it all. Fuzzy handcuffs, just him and
Oh,
himself.
I should get some sex dice.
And he thinks he's really funny.
Oh.
So to the arbiter of audio, the ace, the nerd, we thank you for your service.
Oh.
And happy Kibby Day to those who celebrate.
That's right. Jake's dog had a birthday apparently yesterday.
Oh, we know.
He told everyone, and then he forced us. This was the weirdest thing. He's like, Klein, come here. He always needs me to help him up when he's like laying down the ground, on the floor because he can't get up because his boobs are so big.
Think he's still cool now?
So he goes, Klein, come here. I thought he wanted me to help him up again, which I always hate touching Jake's hands because I know he's just been spending all day wiping and sweating. And he goes, here you go, take this. And he hands me like a little, I thought he was giving me a pill or something. I thought he was like giving me an ecstasy. I was like, oh,
Great.
Tuesday, but what the hell? Why not? Mm-hmm. And he's like, here, give that to Kibby. I go, what?
Give it to Kibby. It's her birthday.
I'm like, what? I've got to give your dog a treat because it's your
forced
dog?
us all to have a moment with his dog.
It's the weirdest thing.
You guys are friends. For her birthday, I was going to let all her friends give her a treat.
And then he was like, thank you, Allie, for being pregnant and having a baby, because if you had never done that, I would have never gotten Kibby. And I'm like, okay.
He claims if Allie had not gotten impregnated by the tube, Allie got impregnated by a sperm tank.
Yeah, not a tube.
Hank the tank. She never would have taken a week off from maternity leave. If she didn't have that week off from maternity leave...
Oh, 1 week.
That's all we have around here. Terrible benefits. Jake would not have gotten bored and gone out and gotten a dog.
Oh.
So he thanks Allie like all the time. Thanks for getting pregnant.
And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, every year I got to thank her.
Yeah.
We
all know.
To the lady who helped me adopt her, too.
Right. All right. Well, anyway. Whoa, really? You write a letter to her?
I wrote a little email, yeah. She was really touched.
Every year you do that?
Yeah, every year.
She's probably hitting unsubscribe so quick.
Oh, she liked it.
All right, well, anyway. If you want $100 of easy money, now's the time to call. Do it for you. Do it for Kibby. The choice is yours. 800-520-1067. 5 questions about the news. We'll pay the people, and if you get on the air for this, we will give you 3-day passes to Creep IE-Con at the Ontario Convention Center, happening this Friday through Sunday. Jake, the nerd, that guy we just talked to, he will be there. And I believe that they are also doing a charity drive for LA wildfire relief with the friends at Midsummer Scream. So as a result, you can help out and help a good cause. Go there, hang with Jake, and so much more. We'll come back, give away those tickets, plus your $100 after this.
Coachella might be one of the most iconic music festivals in the world.
All right, music festival goers, the Coachella lineup is here. Let's talk about Coachella.
This is going to be epic.
The Coachella lineup has just been announced. Headliners are Lady Gaga, Green Day, and Post Malone.
All week on K-Rock.
Win a pair of 3-day passes to Coachella. April 11th through 13th and 18th through 20th. Empire Polo Club in Dio. Featuring.
Hey, this is Billy Joe from Green Day.
Green Day, Post Malone, Lady Gaga, Megan Thee Stallion, Travis Scott, Jimmy Eat World. The Prodigy, The Original Misfits, The Beaches, Reba Doobie, Joe, Basement Jaxx, and tons more. Listen at 9, noon, 3, and 6 to win your way in with 3-day passes to Coachella.
World Famous KROQ on the World Famous KROQ.
KROQ.
For years, we've said that Postmaster Johnny is the Riz Master. He's got charisma. He's good with the ladies. He gets hit on quite a bit. And even people that work here in the building will violate any sort of HR code just to hit on Johnny for a chance to potentially get in the pants of that Postmaster Johnny.
And all the horny sales ladies love to dress him up.
They love
for the holidays. Did you see that Elf on a Shelf video that they did?
No.
Oh, man. It is a doozy. It's Johnny in a little elf costume.
It does seem like every time we need to do anything, one of the horny salespeople is like, let's get Johnny in a Speedo.
Come on, put on these...
They're always have an idea of getting...
It's always him in
put these
tight
pasties
clothing.
on.
Yeah. It's really wild. They're like, here's an idea. We're like, what does that have to do with selling solar panels? They're like, don't worry about it. Get him in a Speedo. We're like, what? Okay.
But maybe they'll be asking me now.
Allie claims that she's stolen the title of Riz Master and that, once again, the last 2 times you have claimed that you have been hit on. Both times we've found many holes in your story. The first time you claimed at Trader Joe's they were hitting on you.
They were hitting on me. And then there was another sandwich place where it was happening too with this woman, and she kept looking at me.
And Trader Joe's...
These are all places where you're getting served. It's customer service, Allie.
Oh, come on. Customer service is dead, and you know it.
Yeah, and let me say something about Trader Joe's was so offended that you went on the radio and claimed that you were getting hit on by them, that they felt the need to put up a giant billboard.
They did not put that up for me.
That literally said...
service so good, you'll think we're flirting with you.
You'll think we're flirting with you. But they wanted to make
but you're not.
very clear that they were not flirting with you.
All right, well...
And then there was a time you claimed you were driving down the street and a Los Angeles Laker was hitting on you because a guy in a purple car gestured at you as he drove by.
With really expensive chains on.
Right. Got it. So
he was doing that nod thing where he was like trying to come up next to me on the right, then on the left, and he was like trying to make sure he couldn't lose me because he didn't want me to get away. I was the one.
And then there was the time Allie claimed that when she went to Colorado and went to a Walmart there, she felt that she was an 8 because compared to the other people
I said 10, you guys downgraded it.
Right. She claimed that she was a Colorado Walmart 8 or 10 because... compared to the people that would shop at a Walmart
we don't know.
on Christmas Day, Allie was better than a lot of the others.
But this time...
Oh, here we go.
I was in a place where I believe hot people thrive. A coastal town called Monterey. One of the first developed cities in the state of California. Obviously a historic place, a place tourists like to go. People like to have less clothing on there because it's a beach town. And I was hot and getting hit on all night at several bars, just one.
You were at this is on the coast, Monterey. Isn't there all the sea life there? Are you comparing yourself to sea lions?
No.
Okay, because if you are, I would agree you're a 6 compared to sea lions.
No, I'm not.
Wow, you're being generous.
Guys, God damn it. It was not at the animals. I was not at the aquarium. I was at a bar on New Year's Eve.
Allie goes, I'm an aquarium 6 compared to some of the fish
compared
there.
To that dying eel. I was in a new outfit that I had put together by myself.
Right. You're an adult, so there's nothing to brag about.
I was wearing some really hot shoes.
And
I was wearing
a 6-year-old
black blazer, which kind of backfired because a lot of people thought I worked there, but still, I looked really hot.
Is our table ready yet? Excuse me, this is not a working black blazer. This is a fun black blazer.
Somebody did hand me their ID.
Oh, really?
At one point.
Jesus
they
Christ.
thought I was the bouncer. But I did.
The most offensive. That is the most offensive thing to think you are, Allie, because you probably had some blazer on with big shoulder pads, big broad shoulders.
I naturally have shoulder pads.
Tough.
I thought you were
my flag football team.
Here, just keep it.
I probably thought Allie was a member of Hell's Angels. I don't want any problems.
Don't make me take this off.
Hey. They probably called you Tiny, like one of those big people that has a little name.
No, there was a guy. First of all, a guy was like, "Wow, you look good. You must have just come from a work convention." And I was like, "Well, thank you so much. That's really nice of you to say. I'm actually just out in this outfit for the night." And he was like,
Hold
"Wow,
on. A guy used the pickup line, "You look good. You must have just come from a work convention."
Yeah, because I looked so hot. Like I was like work hot.
What are you talking about?
Because I had the blazer on.
Work hot is not hot.
Yes, it is.
No, it's
not.
not.
It's like power lesbian status, when it's like, ooh, she's probably like a lawyer. He did ask me if I'm a lawyer, and I said no. But he was trying to make conversation with me, okay? It was just a line he was using. And then
How wasted was this guy?
He was really wasted, and then later on, I got hit on by more guys that had even worse lines. One guy walked up to me and he said, "Other than sports, what's your favorite song?"
Oh, man.
That was his pickup line
Wait,
to
Allie,
me.
this was New Year's Eve? This was New Year's Eve?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is when
because
people...
as it got closer to midnight, more and more guys were stopping by the table just to check in.
Right.
Hey, do you want to make out? Hey, are you from here? But everyone was like, you must not be from here because you just look so out of place because you're so beautiful. That's what I was getting.
It was getting closer to midnight, so guys were going like, nothing else is working out. Let's just try to hit on that bouncer with the blazer.
Some guys said you want to make out.
Yeah, a guy did say, do you want a New Year's Eve kiss? Right
At
after.
this point, is your wife already making out with somebody else?
No, she was right next to me.
Definitely.
What?
Yeah.
So, yes, she was.
Yeah.
So they were like, oh, you're clearly not together because your wife is so much above your grade, right?
She was wearing a different blazer, guys.
Oh, no.
Keep up.
Look like a lesbian magician team that's waiting to start performing.
Wow, yeah.
We had said we were married, and then he said, okay, so do you guys still want to make out at New Year's? And I was like, no. But it was like sad to see them drunk and happy, but still rejected.
Wow.
And then going like, okay, I guess I'll go find somebody else then. And then at the end of the night, I started getting hit on by a 65-year-old woman who said if she would ever go gay, she would go gay with me in a heartbeat. So the thing is, I am hot now.
No, you're not.
Guys.
Your sample is a terrible sample.
A 65-year-old lady said that she wouldn't make out with you if she was lesbian. Possibly
she gave you
I would make out with you.
Hypothetical with about 6 different twists and turns in it. That's not even something to be proud of. Like, I understand that you're...
Her husband, her second husband, who she's married to now, who has a pretty bad case of COPD, said that if she ever died and she wanted to go gay, she would go gay with me.
How sad is this setup to Allie's brag? She's trying to brag. This is her bragging right now.
Can we go back to the aquarium? That seemed hotter.
Yeah, you comparing yourself to manatees was at least a more believable story. This is just preposterous.
I'm telling you, you had to be there. I was getting hit on all night long by multiple people, both men and women.
Wait, were you drunk too?
Yeah, of course I was drunk.
Okay, so is it possible?
I just had a very large fish dinner, so it took me a while to catch up.
God.
But I
Fish dinner.
Yeah.
You know what that means. One of her own.
Manatee for me.
Imagine the guys that got rejected. It's getting close to midnight. They've already gone through all the better options. They end up with Allie in the blazer, smelling like fish. And they say, hey, maybe you want a midnight kiss? And Allie goes, no. That guy's got to just go right in the parking lot. That's got to be it, right? That's got to be game over at that point.
No, I was the person that they were gravitating towards because they were all
gravitational
locals
pull?
that didn't want other locals. They wanted the exotic woman. I'm exotic. Stop laughing.
I'm going to read some of these texts so that maybe you can go ahead and get some context here. Allie's hallucinations about people hitting on her are probably just compensating for the fact that her wife is cheating on her.
No, she's not cheating.
Allie is a drunk goggles 4. That is the new lowest one. Okay. She's a Long John Silver 6.
Now that's a fish dinner.
Did Allie get her blazer at the Men's Warehouse? Because they have a guarantee she can get her money back. That's an interesting question as well.
No. I'm keeping the vest. I'm keeping the blazer. I'm keeping all of it.
Put on that outfit tomorrow because we got cameras now. Wear it in here. And let me see.
I'll show you a picture of it right now.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Hold on. Hold this up so everyone watching on the YouTube can enjoy as well.
Okay.
This is Allie's New Year's Eve fit, and she said it was great. And sometimes, listen, I had a shirt for a while. I was convinced when I wore this shirt.
It's not a very good.
Oh, my God, Allie.
Does she look like she's in Miami Vice or something?
No, she looks like a disgruntled real estate agent is what she looks like. Like that just... Wednesday morning, we are Klein Alley Show. Let's pay the people right now. Every morning right around this time, Allie's cash goes up for grabs. She hates paying the people because she's super cheap, and she's not the only one.
Allie is cheap, and her friends are too. Let's find out if Allie knows the news.
Beautiful.
Love you, Poogers.
I also kind of did that thing where I was like, I'll Venmo them, and they'll just send it back to me.
No one's sending back a Venmo.
No one sent it back.
Nope. There's a lot of theme songs that have come through as a result of your day spa trip for your birthday, including this one.
She's got a tushy bushy. She's got a shave. Ooh.
Okay.
Let's find out if Ellie knows the news.
Beautiful. Thank you. First time.
It's F and Kevin on the radio. Yeah.
All right. Listen, if you would like to leave any of your theme songs, you can do that on the GOAT line, 844-956-GOAT, and they may make it to the air. Let's be honest.
We are in a sex drought as a country, and I think bringing back F and Kevin and the oil wrestling, I mean, all that is what we need right now.
I think the country could use more hot oil wrestling. Thank you. All right, let's say hi to Marco, who would like a shot at your money this morning, listening to KROQ currently in West Covina. Good morning, Marco.
Hi, good morning.
If you've ever heard this Thursday night. Okay, that's women wrestling in oil. Thank you. Marco, here's the deal.
Do we have time?
No, we don't. Not right now.
Yeah, we do.
Allie?
5 questions. Allie's got to leave the studio. Allie's going to leave. And at the end of this round, if Marco wins, we'll play the full commercial of me one time promoting women wrestling in oil. It was a different time.
Yeah, definitely.
Different time, guys. Marco, all you got to do is answer these questions more confidently, more correctly than Allie, and she'll give you $100 of her money. Here we go.
Allie knows the news.
Question number 1. The owners of this team have pledged $100 million. That's real money right there to wildfire recovery. Which team has pledged $100 million?
The Los Angeles Dodgers.
Dodgers. Go to question number 2. Coca-Cola. All over the news. Of course, we heard yesterday they're going to be taking over the food court at Costco, but now they're announcing a new flavor. What is the new flavor of Coca-Cola coming soon?
I want to say orange.
Go to question
Coca-Cola.
number 3. 13-ounce bags of these chips are being recalled because they may contain, quote, undeclared milk. Need an answer? 3, 2.
Flaming Hot Cheetos.
Question number 4. Don Julio Tequila is collaborating with this fast food spot for a bold Super Bowl menu. Who is Don Julio Tequila partnering with?
Wendy.
And finally, question 5. This Dr. Seuss book is about to get the big screen treatment. Already attached is the director of Wicked. Which Dr. Seuss book is going to make it to the big screen this time?
One fish, two fish.
One fish, two fish. Oh, imagine all the sequel possibilities. All right, bring Allie and we'll score it together. Marco's battling Allie for $100 of her money. If you're listening now and think you do pretty well, you know the news. Well, tomorrow right around this time, you'll have another shot at $100. Let's go, Marco.
Sounds good.
Hey, Marco, just for being on with us, we're going to give you some tickets to go to Creep by Econ this weekend, so hang on for those regardless of how this plays out. Here we go. Allie, question number 1.
Yes.
The owners of this team have pledged $100 million to wildfire recovery.
Ooh.
A lot of money.
I mean, since it's so much money, I would say the Dodgers.
That's a great guess.
Probably the richest team.
Definitely not the Angels. It is the Dodgers. He said that as well. $100 million. That's
like half a Shohei.
That's not even. That's like a third of a Shohei, I believe. Maybe less.
I think it's actually like a 7th.
Yeah, that doesn't even get you like what a Shohei foot. We got a question number 2. Allie is tied up right now with listener Marco for her own $100. Coca-Cola adding a new flavor.
Yeah.
What is it?
That would be orange cream.
Orange cream. He said orange. I'm going to give him the point on that as well. Orange cream. Orange is technically the flavor. We go to question number 3, and we have a tie dead heat right now. Question 3. 13-ounce bags of these chips are being recalled because they may contain undeclared milk.
Always got to declare your milk. It's Lay's.
Lay's. He said Flaming Hot Cheetos. Flaming Hot Cheetos dealing with their own issue with the red dye. But the correct answer is, apparently those Lay's and the 13-ounce bags have dairy in them or something.
Yeah, but
I don't know what undeclared milk is.
I think you have to say, this contains milk or this contains dairy, and they didn't do that. It's like saying you have an eligible receiver. You got to declare it.
I get it. We got a question number 4. Allie gets the point, goes up by 1 with 2 questions left. Don Julio is collaborating with this fast food joint to create a bold Super Bowl menu.
Oh, my God, I read this. Popeyes.
He said Wendy's, but the correct answer is indeed Popeyes. Popeyes and Don Julio tequila sounds like a great night in the making, for the record.
Tequila chicken.
We got a question number 5, and Allie goes up by 2, and I don't think there's a comeback in your future, Marco, but here we go. This Dr. Seuss book is about to get the big screen treatment. Already attached is the director of Wicked, which is the next Dr. Seuss book to make it to the big screen.
I mean, it's probably The Cat in the Hat.
No, that's already been on the big screen. You think they're remaking that? All right, wrong. He said One Fish, Two Fish. Wrong. It's the Places You'll Go. Apparently, that's a big one, and that guy. I know.
That's lame.
I agree, but you know what? You get the right director. I'm sure it'll do just fine. Anyway, Marco, you put in a decent effort. Unfortunately, Allie still smoked your ass, and what must you shamefully admit over the airwaves of KROQ?
Allie from KROQ in the morning knows the news.
That's a fact right there.
Should at least do green eggs and ham or something. Something say people know.
I think that book does really well. I was actually shocked at all the stats. Yeah, it's one of his most popular books ever. I don't even remember it at all. I don't think my parents ever read it to me.
I think I've seen the cover and gone, boring.
We got Bill Burr's brother on the radio right now. We believe. We're not exactly sure.
Half-brother.
Half-brother. Smashing Pumpkins on KROQ. We'll get into the complete show we have in store for you. Your Coachella tickets upcoming. Get you some lift tickets in the next 10 minutes to hang out with us this Friday for Ditch Day. It's all coming up on KROQ. K-Rock, we are Klein Alley Show. If you need us, lots of ways to get involved. Of course, if you're a net banger, would like to be a net banger, have dreams of checking us out, we are streaming live on YouTube right now, K-Rock's YouTube. You can check us out there, see what happens in the studio. During the songs, people always say, what goes on? Allie and I usually do hard makeouts during the songs, depending on the songs. Some songs get us in the mood.
Yeah, and different songs correspond with different body parts that we make out with.
So if you don't believe us, you can check out that stream. It's happening currently. Of course, you can get involved in the podcast, available usually hour by hour as we conclude, or just listen live on the radio like the good Lord intended. I'm very bummed out. I saw this news about Matt Pinfield.
Oh, yeah, the conservatorship.
What?
The conservatorship?
Oh, he can't even make any more decisions.
His daughter
now?
wants to do a conservatorship for him.
Wow. Matt Pinfield, I'm sure many of you know this, MTV VJ many years on the radio. He's a real fixture of the music scene, lover of music, lover of artists, all K-Rock artists, but, cross-genre and respected, universally. And also, sweetheart of a guy, nice guy. I believe he was instrumental in helping Megan Holiday here at K-Rock with her sobriety, because he's been through that. And he's had a rough run. He got hit by a car a few years ago, had pins all in his leg. He had a stroke, I guess, recently. I was unaware. I just saw this all yesterday. And there's a guy that I've talked to on a semi-regular basis now for a few years. And now he is, I guess, in bad shape.
How old is he?
I was surprised about that. I mean, I guess he's been at it for a while. I mean, he used to, when he was hosting Headbangers Ball or whatever that was, I mean, he was very involved in MTV when I was like a child, like a young child. So I guess I shouldn't be that surprised, but I think he's in his
63.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, that's still pretty young.
Well, yeah. And he's, I'm trying to think the last time I talked to him. I was at some show, some concert. I ran into him and we had a nice chat. And he was always very,
he was at maybe Almost Acoustic and at Weezer last year.
Yeah, he's always been very complimentary about what we do and about this show. He listens. He's always super nice. He'll send occasional messages. I don't know what this current status is, but explain, Allie, conservatorship. That means that he's not able to. Well, obviously he's in like a bad. Is he in a coma
from what
or
I
what?
know from my Britney Spears deep dive, conservatorship is something where if a person is unable to maintain their own life, like they shouldn't make decisions for themselves, they can't they can't keep track of their own money, they're basically a danger to themselves. And it's hard to get a conservatorship, but if you get one, basically his daughter would control where he goes, his money, potentially even the food he eats and the medication he's on.
According to TMZ, right, she wants to take control of all of the health and financial concerns.
Right, for his own safety, she would say. But like I said, it's hard to get one, to get approved for one. But then once you do have one, it's very hard to be released from that conservatorship as well. But it seems like I don't know his relationship with his daughter, but I imagine that she is doing it for his own safety, and I don't know how he would feel about something like that. He's a pretty independent guy, but I would imagine that if she's filing for it, he probably needs it.
Yeah, it's fascinating when you see all of the people, all the artists, all the bands that, when this gets out, send love, thoughts, and all that. It's tough because, listen, it's at this point now, we've all experienced someone, usually it's unfortunately after the fact, like, oh, you won't believe who died or whatever. But when someone's in a bad spot, like right now, where, you want to do prayer hands, thoughts and prayers, all that stuff, thinking of you, sending you good vibes, you never know when it's someone that as I said, I don't think there's a concert I've been to in the last 20 years where I haven't seen him at it. Like he's...
Yeah, and somebody who's been at it so long that they have stories that you would not believe. And you're like, I can't even believe you're alive.
Yeah.
So then to be turning into, quote, an old man and suffering a stroke and all that, it just seems like brutal. So against his identity, So you view him in a certain way, and to see him as the opposite is weird.
Trying to say, sending you good vibes, I guess that's what we're... Vanessa, what do you do?
That'll fix it all.
You send, what Vanessa actually does send, she doesn't just say it. Sprinkles, she says.
All right, Vanessa, come on. Think hard and do some good vibes now.
Send some sprinkles.
I try to think hard, but...
And Allie, don't say anything like, you'll pull through, because that'll be a giant mush. So just don't say that.
Okay.
But thinking of you, Matt Pinfield right now, I just want you to know that you've got the support of us here at K-Rock. At least the morning show. I can't speak for everyone else, but I have a feeling Megan would agree with that.
Yeah.
Good guy. And, appreciate you're up and out and about today. Appreciate that. It's a good feeling. This is Lola Young on K-Rock. would you like to join us on Friday? Get an excuse ready right now. Call us 800-520-1067. Going to be heading to Snow Summit this Friday for some ditch day, and the excuse is up to you, but once you get up there, we'll take care of you. We got food, we got a good hang, we'll bring a ton of prizes with us, and we're all going to take the drive up the mountain, so we'd love you to join us this Friday if you need a day off, and who couldn't use a day off?
Klein, are you going to hit the slopes with me?
Nope.
Come on,
Ain't
man.
happening.
Have you ever? I feel
Oh,
like...
yeah, I broke my... Remember, when I was... Before I switched to snowboarding, I think it was my last time skiing when I was still in middle school, but I got run into by a very obese, out-of-control skier. She knocked me off the mountain, broke my shoulder and collarbone, had to get dragged off the mountain on that toboggan of shame.
There's not a lot of obese skiers.
Oh, she was. She was, and...
I bet she was wearing some bright-ass jacket, too. Like, super... pink and purple.
Everyone was yelling to her, pizza, pizza,
Hey,
pizza,
Grimace!
pizza, pizza, because you're supposed to do the pizza slice to stop.
No,
And
you probably were eating pizza.
No,
You're
I
like,
wasn't.
don't destroy the pizza.
She saw pizza,
Yeah, I think she was
Oh,
going
yeah,
faster.
she saw the pizza. That's all she saw.
She was going faster. And everyone's yelling to her, pizza, pizza. I go, why are they yelling pizza? And then boom, she slams into me, knocked me off the side of a mountain, and then I fell, I guess, shoulder, collarbone. And one of those breaks where the bone popped through my skin. And then they had to do that thing that's so shameful when you get put on that toboggan. And
Yep, I've done it twice.
Oh, that sounds fun.
You've been on the toboggan ride of shame twice off a mountain? I knew one time you were. 2 times you were?
2 times, yes.
That's what?
And that's the second time was when I said I'm never snowboarding again, and then I sold my snowboard and got rid of all my equipment, and now I'm thinking about going back on the slopes.
Definitely you should.
Well,
Definitely
the
you
thing
should.
is, I was going to do it last year, and then I started packing up our stuff, and I was like, where the hell's my snowboard? And Katie was like, remember, you sold it because you said you'll never do this again, and that God was telling you to stop.
That's the biggest problem because I go so infrequently that, like, even for this Friday, I'm like trying to figure out, like, I got to have gloves somewhere. I think I have boots somewhere. I have no idea where they are. And they come out once a year, maybe twice.
And even if it's just one night, like we're staying one night, and I'm like, miss so much to put in a bag and find.
So much. Anyway, we really did a good job of selling this. It's going to be great.
Oh, it's going to be great.
It's going to be funny. Justin, please videotape Allie the entire day when she's on the slope.
Yeah, Allie's going to put one of those cameras on her giant forehead, forehead
perfect.
cam, so we can see all of the things. And
I
she
think it's
will.
more dangerous if I hold it.
Huge camera. It's going to be a massive camera. It's going to look like a GoPro because of how big her forehead is, but we're going to go with a big, full-size studio camera. It's going to be
I
great.
want a snowmobile to go alongside me and be filming it like documentary style.
Hey, Melissa in Fullerton, good morning.
Good morning.
You are caller 20. If you can come up with a good excuse, we'd love you to join us on Friday.
So my dog has recently been kind of sick, so I would just tell them that her ear is swelling up again, so I have to take her to the vet.
Perfect. As far as I'm concerned, that excuse is great. So we'll see you on Friday up at the Snow Summit. Hang tight. More show to get to, including your ADD news and a brand new hour complete with a petty claims court. It's all happening next year, KROQ.
Klein Alley Show.
Klein Alley Show.
106.7 FM.
KROQ.
And the question we have for you right now as we try to save society is, which couple out there is the biggest dick couple? And when we use the word dick, we're not meaning it in the way that Pee Wee Herman would use it. We're meaning it more in this couple, maybe
in that case, do be a dick.
Yeah, maybe you like them. Maybe they're a fine couple, you hang out with them, but there's something about that couple that just they fit into a couple that is, society could do better without. And there's some clear ones coming through already on the text line. We'll get to your calls as well. Our favorite nominee, we will invite you to join us this Friday with some lift tickets.
818 wanted to nominate right out the gate the couple that walks way too slowly together. Whether it's at a grocery store or on a sidewalk, they are so oblivious to the fact that they're blocking everyone from getting by, but they don't care because they're so in love.
Hey, Sophia, it is officially the most romantic time of the year, only 2 weeks and a few days away from Valentine's Day. It's all about them couples. Which couple would you like to nominate right out of the gate as biggest dick?
All right, here goes to Maria and Dan.
Well, you don't have to give specific. You have to give specific names.
You suck!
But what did Maria and Dan do that you think make them a terrible couple?
Okay, so I didn't mean to do that. Okay, when me and Maria, we make plans, and without any notice, she brings along her boyfriend.
The invite without asking.
Well,
I don't like that either.
It's the couple that can't do anything sepaate. So even if it's clearly an event where it would not be a couple event, that one. It's always the one couple that, for whatever reason, shows up together.
But they don't say anything in advance,
No.
like that the boyfriend's going to be there.
Right, and it was probably pretty clear. Like, she was thinking, girls' night, we'll get drinks. And they're like, oh, there's Dan.
And let me
Thanks,
guess,
Maria.
Dan's boring.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. We got it. Yeah, that's
Like,
an
if Dan
interesting-
was cool, then they wouldn't say anything about it.
Yeah, I know a couple like this. I think they finally broke up, but it became almost a joke that it didn't matter. We almost would set up the events to go, let's see how far we can push this to see if she still comes with him. So it'd be like, if we set up golf, she couldn't possibly show up. There's only 4 people in the group.
And
So
then
we'd
she'll
say
show
golf,
up?
and then she'd show up.
What?
And we're
Would
like,
she
"What?"
play?
No. She was like, I'll just hang out. We're like, what is going on here?
Don't you have a better thing? Like,
Don't you have 2 cars or something?
Yeah, oh my God.
Mark, all right, open nominees. Don't be a dick. Couples, as we're officially entering the most romantic time of the year. Our favorite one, we'll get some tickets to join us Friday, Ditch Day, Snow Song. What's up?
Yeah, the couple that shows up to the function, like already deep in conversation, and then when you get there, you can't even add to their conversations because they're just constantly going at it. You can't even add to anything that they're saying.
Interesting. So they're in their own stratosphere.
Like a fight?
Yes, exactly.
Well, fighting couple's a different sort of couple, I would argue, than what he's saying. He's saying a couple that is kind of oblivious to the fact that now
Other
there's
people have entered the conversation.
Others around now, and they're
Right.
still kind of in that A-B conversation. The fighting couple, which is an interesting one as well, obviously, are the couple that everything could set them off, and one of them's always mad at the other one.
Yeah, but one that I like even more, 626 put in on the text line, is the couple that seems very happy together, but then when they're alone, they will talk crap about the other person in the relationship to you.
Yeah.
You
that's a
know,
good
it's
one,
like,
too.
well, he always does this, he always does that. And then the girlfriend comes over and she's like, well, he blah, blah, blah. You know, they're always crapping on each other, but then when they're together, it seems like they're, quote, happy.
Right, publicly, they look very happy. Hey, Ryan on KROQ, don't be a dick. Talking couples now as we are in the most romantic time of the year. Which couple do you like the least?
Yeah, I like to nominate the couple that has to plan a double date and fights every single time a date is planned. Not even an hour goes by, and there has to be an argument for the most pettiest thing.
It's interesting.
For
'cause
example,
sometimes
you didn't wake me up for Disneyland.
Yeah, sometimes that's the glue that keeps that couple together is the fact that they're so heated. Because they always say not fighting at all is a big red flag. If you're not fighting at all, that means kind of you're both checked out. But
yeah,
if you're
but then
fighting,
there's always fighting.
you're fighting constantly about every little thing. And it's always interesting, too, because I've sat next to, like, people at restaurants before where there's a couple that's been together for a while and then, like, a new couple. And the new couple's getting along because they still like each other. And then the couple that's been together for a while is like, look at your future.
Yeah. The steak. Well, you shouldn't get the steak. You're not going to eat it. You have a heart thing.
Right. George, KROQ, welcome. It's Don't Be a Dick Couples. Our favorite nominee will get tickets to join us Ditch Day. What do you got for us?
Hello, guys. How are you doing?
Doing fine.
So the couples that talk themselves like babies, one to each other, and they also talk in third person.
Give me an example of the first, the baby talk, please.
So, so let's imagine John and Katie, and John is like, "Hello, how are you doing?" And the other one is like, "I'm good, baby, I'm good." And they talk to each other like that. They're like, "Oh, baby bear," and they're talking one to each other like that.
Keep going. I'm still unclear.
Give us a few more examples, if you could.
Like, oh, you were talking about the steak, and they're like, "Oh, you're a big boy. You would like to eat the steak today?" And they're talking like that, and you're like, "What is going on with these guys?"
Uh-huh.
Give an example of what that would sound like?
What did you say?
Do you have an example of what that would sound like?
So it's just like that. They go on and on and on like that, and you are on the other table hearing them, and it's kind of really uncomfortable to hear that.
Right. And if they were by themselves on the bed doing pillow talk, how would that sound?
Like in the phone?
Yeah.
Oh, it would be the same.
Yeah, give me an example.
All right. So they will be like, "Oh, you're working today? You're working? When are you gonna be home? I'm waiting for you. I want to see you today," and things like that. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
And
if one of them ordered a donut and the other one wanted to try the donut, what would that sound like?
oh my god. can you please give me a piece of your donut? I really want a piece of your donut.
Right. I get it. Starting to make sense out. Right. All right.
I find that really annoying.
Yes.
Right.
I could see. It sounds like it. All
We
right.
can understand now. I think we have a clear picture.
I get that one now.
But we'll come back to you later.
Yeah. Think of a good example, George, so we can role play a situation. We'll get back to you in a second. Daniel on KROQ, good morning. Don't be a dick. What's up?
Morning. What's happening, guys?
Looking for nominees for the biggest dick couples. As a result, tickets up for grabs, and we're going to save society by eliminating one of these couples once and for all. What's up?
So I hate the couples that when you're at dinner and this couple, they're having such a good time that they have to make sure everybody around them knows it. They're joking around and trying to make everybody else kind of envious of their happy relationship when, sometimes I'm having a real conversation about I forgot eggs or toothpaste, from the grocery store.
Yeah, I get it.
I wonder what that would sound like.
George, back to George. George, if the couple you're talking about is having a conversation about eggs or toothpaste, how would that sound? George?
Does the baby want his eggs like these? Scrambled?
All right.
With the toothpaste?
All right, hold on.
Great. Okay.
Different.
Good nominee as well.
We have a different George on the phone right now. He will not. He's playing for second place. But go ahead. Other George from the 562. What's up?
Yeah. My deal is the younger person that thinks they're a life coach offering you advice on how to raise your
that's a
kids.
good one.
Yes, that's a great nominee.
Like, I found the person in my dreams
Right.
because I did this.
Oh, yes, the couple that thinks they can answer all of your questions. They know their relationship's made it 5 years successfully, so they are the
They
gurus
figured out life,
of
yeah.
relationships. That's a great nominee.
626 wanted to nominate me personally and my wife, and I just wanted to say couples who look like each other
Oh, I hate that.
is definitely
God damn.
something that really aggravates people.
Yeah, I agree. Jen, it's time to nominate couples. Don't be a dick. Got to pick our favorite in a second. Give away this lift tickets. Which couple are you hoping to nominate?
Hi, guys.
Hi.
We did.
Sweet dips.
I want to nominate the swingers, like the open relationship couple, especially like the older couples that just want to spice up their relationship, and they're always trying to flirt with you and.
I agree.
The flirting is the part that's annoying about it because they're like, and you want to join in too? And you're like, I don't know, man.
They're very proud.
You don't know.
If you are a swinger and or in an open relationship, you're very proud of that. And once that's out and you let everyone know that, you love to let everyone know that at any time. And I know a couple, I think, Allie, we know the same couple that were in an open relationship or swingers. And, they would at any given time be like, by the way, if you want to...
By the way, if you want to have sex,
you want to have sex with her later, we can make that happen. You're like, what is going on here?
Like,
we're
I was actually just trying to get to the coffee machine.
Yeah. It's like, hey, if you're done with the coffee...
Yeah, never told me that.
310 said, can we please take George to the snow so that he can do these couple reenactments in front of all
George,
of us?
we accepted a lot of nominees, and they were all great. But the nominee you gave us of the couples that talk to each other in baby talk all of the time, I think universally won our support. And as a result, we'd love to give you some lift tickets to come up with a good excuse to join us on Friday at Ditch Day. Can you make that happen?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you please accept?
Klein Alley Show. Let's get to your news right now. Then we kick off a brand new hour of the show, complete with some hidden audio. Usually it's Omar recording us without us knowing and then playing it back to make us look like idiots. Well, we got some hidden audio of Omar that we'll be sharing with you as we get into a brand new hour of the show.
What are you talking about?
Oh, don't you worry. Don't you worry. You were practicing a little something before the show today. Well,
you son of a bitch.
We got it.
We got moles.
We got it.
Right.
Finally, we flipped it around on you, pal. So we will unveil that to the masses, plus some petty claims court. But first, your news.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
Thank God for the news. Thank God for Klein Alley Show.
So every year, a group of nerds come together and decide when we are all going to die. Almost 80 years ago, the Doomsday Clock was created. And it was a way to tell us all about how we're ruining humanity and the planet and how the clock is ticking on life as we know it. And this is the kind of fanfare that you expect to hear every year.
The so-called Doomsday Clock.
Doomsday Clock.
The Doomsday Clock.
The Doomsday Clock.
What will they say? When are we all going to die? And how close are we to midnight? Last year, they kept it at 90 seconds. They said, you know what? We're trying to turn back the clock, but it seems right now it's just going to stay the way it is. This has been happening for 78 years. And for the first time, I had the opportunity to watch the official announcement. And for an hour and a half, a board of really boring scientists talked about climate change and the threat of AI and World War, all reasons why they have moved the clock this year. And here is their official thrilling announcement.
It is the judgment of the Science and Security Board of the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists that we are at the most dangerous moment in the history of the doomsday clock. Our hope for the coming year is that the world commits to turning back the hands of the clock. I thank you all for your time and your attention. It is 89 seconds to midnight. We are adjourned.
Boom.
Hold on. I thought you said it was 90 seconds to be. Oh, so 89 is worse. The closer it gets, the worse.
The closer
so this
it gets,
is
the worse.
The closest by 1 second.
Last year they kept it at 90 seconds.
Got
this
it.
year they're shaving a second off.
Oh man,
because
that's
of
not good.
because I mean, the last time it moved, I think it was because of the COVID-19 pandemic and a bunch of other things and the war in Ukraine. And this time it's that as well, but like more World War and, like I said, the threat of AI and, you know, obviously a bunch of natural disasters and things like that. And they go on and talk about all these reasons. And each scientist goes around and says why they think that it's going to have to move. And then at the very end, they're like, and now we move it 1 second.
But they're never standing up and saying, but how about Mr. Beast? He's doing good things, right? He's giving people like extra legs and
He's
glass.
part of the reason for the second.
No, I think I would argue Mr. Beast and people like that, the do-gooders, are that should balance out some of all the bad stuff that's happening.
I do think there needs to be one non-nerd on the panel.
Right, like one person who's talking about cool things that are happening. Like, yes, I understand climate change, fires are getting worse, the winds are getting worse.
And they're saying we have to reverse course immediately in order to turn back the clock, because when they started it 78 years ago, it was at 7 minutes to midnight.
Oh, man, we're getting real close.
Yeah, so
Jesus.
We're now at less than 90 seconds. So, and this is a metaphor for how much longer we have as a species.
Man. Did they get Seacrest already to do the countdown on the doomsday clock? Or
just big balls going all the way down that shaft.
Seacrest loves those
countdowns.
countdowns.
All right, it's that time of year again. Eagle Cam is back. The two bald eagles in Big Bear, Jackie and Shadow, they have laid their eggs, and now we are in the gestation period.
Wait, it's the same two birds again? How do they know?
They know. They're like tagged or something. They know it's them.
So they
come back every year.
Jackie and Shadow again banged and made. Is that how it works with the birds?
Yeah, they bang.
Yeah.
No, it's immaculate like Jesus.
Well, they're having bird sex. I've seen that before. The birds like fly, like they're linked together, like docking.
I know, and no one looks like they're having a good time.
No, just like in my room. But they last time everyone got all obsessed, especially you and Omar. You were like 24/7 watching that channel, and then they finally they abandoned the eggs.
Yes, and then at the end the eggs never hatched, and then they abandoned them, and then I think Jackie came back and started eating one. It was really messed up.
Well,
Jackie.
eggs are very expensive these days. So
we're up to 3 eggs now.
Yeah. So yesterday she laid her third egg. This was very exciting. Yesterday
I've been watching since egg number 1. By the way.
Oh, really?
Jesus Christ.
So did you see her tea kettling?
I did see her tea kettling, and I also, it's so weird because how do they not freeze up there? They're up there just chilling, and it's like snowing. They're covered in snow.
I
It's
know,
pretty insane to
feathers,
watch.
dude. They're crazy.
With the price of eggs, we should go snag those when we go to Big Bear.
So now we have 35 days of waiting, and I just thought, this is a very popular live stream, the Eagle Cam.
Sure.
We have our own live stream now.
Not nearly as popular.
Currently,
start popping some eggs out, Allie. Come on. If you could start making eggs right now, I bet you our YouTube numbers would jump.
Let me see how many they have right
How
now.
many do the Eagles have right now?
Almost 10,000.
10,000 current viewers.
Yeah, 9,973.
All right,
and we have slightly less than that.
Ah, goddamn.
What's our number?
Well,
what's our number?
It's 194. But
194,000 people watching us?
No, just 194. But I think that if we could set a goal for ourselves and challenge ourselves to...
You can lay an egg, Allie.
Outstream Jackie and Shadow. That would be a huge win for us.
Put on an eagle costume.
You know what we should do is we should just replace our stream with their stream. Just go ahead and...
Yes, just have it going on in the background.
Yeah, that's fine. People will watch that. Or we can get 2 other birds, maybe. I mean, the knockoff Jackie and Shadow. There's got to be 2 other birds.
Well, there's another eagle cam. I forget where it is, but they had an eaglet. Like they actually hatched.
Eaglet?
Yeah, that's what they call it.
That's
but then
offensive. There you
Klein, this isn't going to get us more streams.
Oh, okay.
You have to be nice.
Excuse me, I'm racist.
We know.
Klein Alley Show.
106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous K-Rock.
The eaglet died.
Oh, the eaglet died already?
Yeah, in the other cam.
Oh.
That's what I mean.
Terribly sad. Way to kick off this brand new hour with some sadness.
Well, I just wanted to finish my sentence. It died.
We knew it wasn't going well. We got lots to get to this hour. Good morning. Welcome to your Wednesday. We are Klein Alley Show on K-Rock. If you're discovering us for the very first time right now, 3-day challenge. We recommend you give it 3 full days. You'll hate, you'll tolerate, and then potentially you love. And we really appreciate those of you that have come back for more. If you need us, the phones and the text line, same number, 800-520-1067. You'll use those numbers later this morning. Get yourself Coachella tickets. Also, you'll use those numbers this hour to join us on Friday for some Ditch Day at Snow Summit. Maybe we'll make a little detour on the way up the mountain. Stop by, say hi to Shadow and Jackie. Maybe we can make a cameo on their stream as well.
I don't know. This tree looks really high up, guys.
That sounds like a challenge. Bundle up.
What are you going to do?
Get up there.
Scale the tree?
Got to scale that tree. We got lots to get to this hour. Petty Claims Court. There's a couple that listens to the show. Their relationship hangs in the balance. Will they stay together or break up forever? You will help determine that as a jury of their peers. That'll be coming up later this hour. But after this Offspring song, we will reveal some hidden audio. It's usually Omar that makes us look like assholes. And he would argue that we do that to ourselves. He just documents it and plays it back. But in this particular case, we have some audio of this guy. And I think you're going to want to hear it. It is damning.
Really?
Oh, man.
I mean, just from the little bit I heard, it was...
It's one of the harder...
Can't unhear it.
I'm not overselling this. It is one of the harder things you'll ever have to hear in your entire life.
Oh, you don't think Juilliard's going to come a-knocking?
No. I don't believe so. We'll get to that after Offspring right here on K-Rock. Good morning. Klein Alley Show. If you're still doing whatever resolution you set for yourself at the beginning of this month, this has felt like a very long month for so many reasons. So much of the stuff that we've been dealing with, especially right here in Southern California, the fires and everything else, emotional highs and a lot of lows. And as a result, this month, this January, which sometimes feels like it just breezes by, feels like it has taken forever. And if you tried to better your life by making a New Year's resolution, hopefully you're still doing it, but you probably quit by now.
Yeah, if you're Vanessa, you probably quit on 3 out of 4 of them.
But remember, every day is a new day. You can always start over.
Right, but have you started over yet?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Because you're dating and eating meat around the clock.
I'm not eating meat. I've only had that one chub. You gotta forgive me for that. And I stopped talking to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped talking to anyone.
I believe that.
Meaning there were multiple guys she was talking to.
This guy claims, we'll get to Omar's resolution in a moment and the damning audio that will embarrass him very much, but this guy claims that I have already lost the forced resolutions on our show. You know, we each have a forced resolution. We didn't want to do them, but we forced each other. Allie's got to reconnect with old friends. That's been going great. Every Friday we get to hear an awkward conversation with her and someone randomly from her phone. Jake apparently is still journaling. He had a near-death experience that he wrote about yesterday in his journal. He'd love to share that later. Omar's been forced to take on a hobby. The hobby we gave him was a musical instrument. We said tuba. Couldn't find a tuba, so we ended up with clarinet.
I used that clarinet. As what I was able to
stop blaming
find,
the clarinet. He's tomorrow.
It's
He's going to
clarinet.
Tomorrow is his first major performance for us, and I walked in on him this morning, listening to him practice, and boy, he's got a lot to do in 24 hours.
Are you sure you want to do this on the radio, man?
We'll do it, but I'm going to warn everyone: if you're hungover now, if you have any animals in the room, or if you have a taste at all, or working eardrum, you may not want to even listen. But first, someone claims there's no reason for Omar to even perform. They claim I already lost, Allie.
What's up, Klein Alley Show, Sweet Dibbits? Calling about the forced resolutions. Last year, Jake lost his forced resolution on a technicality for not posting or journaling before midnight. Well, this year, Klein lost his forced resolution on the very first week. I was going to call in earlier, but it was more fun to listen to him suffer.
Well, thank you. The people that get joy out of hearing us suffer, I don't get it.
So far, I'm on this guy's side.
He hasn't even made his point yet.
Me too.
My resolution, I'm forced to lose weight, and we decided a pound a week is what I have to lose, or else I lose. And I started at 175, which is already very low for me. And I've been doing my resolution.
But he was supposed to lose 1 pound a week, not 4 pounds in a week. It was 1 pound a week. So if he weighed 175, he should have clocked in at 174 the next week. Losing 3 pounds is more than 1 pound.
All right.
He lost the very first week.
Oh, shut up. Shut up. I'm not even listening to this dumb call. It's so stupid.
I agree with that guy.
No.
And
It
also,
gets me out of playing the stupid clarinet.
and also that scale was very questionable. Jake found I didn't realize the scale we were using, Jake found in someone's front yard. It was like a random...
It was
like
a gift from the gods.
It was a throw-out scale. Someone threw out the scale, and Jake
If
picked it
someone
up.
threw out a scale, it's because they've given up on themselves,
Right.
or they've given up on the scale because it's broken.
Yeah, and Jake brought it in here, and I was standing on that thing. I probably never even weighed
I rescue
175.
scales.
I got to get on a real scale. I bet you I'm nowhere...
Did you get weighed last week?
Yeah, and I was down to 173 or something. But the week that it dropped, where supposedly I lost 5 pounds in a week or whatever.
That's not normal.
It was not.
And I think it's really done nothing but give you a complex. But
Yeah.
I also think that that was inaccurate. I think you had lost 1 pound.
Yeah, I've been losing about a pound to a pound and a half. It's not easy, and I'm starving right now. I'm ravenous.
Yeah, but you've done nothing to lose weight, right?
I'm not eating.
So that's the route you're going, is anorexia?
No, I'm eating, but I'm not eating like I used to eat, and occasionally
That's
I
how
will.
Ozempic works, right?
It's not Ozempic.
Anyway, hope you guys are having a good one. If you guys are at a Creep IE Con, come say hi.
Okay.
My wife and I have a booth.
All right, well, we'll be at Creep by Econ. Don't you worry. Thank you.
Highway 25 Designs, got clothes for babies and fur babies. Saw Jake, the audio a-hole there last time, and
Right.
yeah, hope to see you there.
All right, we'll see you out there.
Arbiter of audio.
Creep by Econ. He's the audio a-hole. Well said. So here we go. This morning I walk in, I hear a terrible sound. And
My Ozempic is the best.
That's not what I heard. That's what's going on in my head all the time, though. Al, you got to hear this. I don't know what of this you could hear from where you are, but from
I
where...
had headphones on. I was working on some other stuff, but
Okay. This is apparently Omar working on... I thought someone got stuck in like a...
By the way, it takes me a while for my lips to warm up to, get my, what they call embouchure or some bull crap like that. And the blowing into the mouthpiece is by far the hardest part for me anyway, playing this plastic
Isn't that the
clarinet
whole
that I
point?
have.
That's the whole part of playing the clarinet.
doing the fingering and all that, and
Whoa.
the notes and learning
warming
all
up the
that
lips,
is part
getting
of
the
it too.
fingering down. I'm with you.
So
Yeah.
this is what I overheard this morning. I guess he's really been practicing. This is supposed to be. I think this is supposed to be "Twinkle
Thank you,
Twinkle
Jake.
Little Star." I believe this is what
Yeah,
he's
that's the
working
song
on.
we're working on.
I like it.
This guy will go to any concert.
And by the way, it's so funny because Omar's just sitting in his room by himself, going over and over. Because tomorrow's the big performance. Tomorrow if he cannot deliver us one decent song on the clarinet,
no. By the way, you just made that up. I don't think so. I think the resolution was for me to pick up a new hobby,
to
which
learn
you
a new
guys
instrument.
made, and that's what I'm doing.
Yes,
well,
you're the one who adds random crap to these forced resolutions because you're like, oh, Allie has to rekindle with old friends, but they also have to agree to the rekindle, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, you
like,
lose weight and shave your head.
Yeah,
No one
let's
Yeah,
just
there you
add
go.
stuff onto yours.
I will shave my head if I have to
And
lose
you have
a
to
pound.
shave your whole body.
Listen to that. I would love to. I mean, this is just
that's kind of a note there.
Atrocious. And by
I think the doomsday clock just moved another second.
yeah, this is the soundtrack to the Doomsday Clock.
No, this is still me warming up, though.
This is you warming up?
I get a little better, a tiny bit better
This is where-
as it goes on.
At one point, there is something that kind of resembles a song, Allie. I mean, but like I'm telling you.
Is your mouth like sore?
Yes, it
Yeah,
totally is.
right.
Because I'm using muscles in my face
That you never
I
use.
normally wouldn't. Yep.
Wow.
Mhm.
I can't believe this.
I don't think you guys are going to want to do this again tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow is the big performance.
I wonder, though, if you or I, Klein, just picked up this instrument, if we could do the same thing that he's doing.
I guarantee you that the clarinet I have is 20 years old,
Yeah, he
and
claims-
it's all out of whack,
He
man.
claims a broken clarinet. The problem is the clarinet, not the player. But
a true artist blames the instrument.
right. This is Allie. This is as good as I heard. I recorded Omar playing this morning. He didn't know I was recording him. Good 5 minutes in practicing.
Jingle all the...
Yeah, I like it.
Whoa!
See? He almost got that.
You see, there's a little something there. Okay, then I kind of lose it there.
So that's tomorrow.
Little star.
24 hours. We get the big performance. I can't wait.
God damn
Lisa
it.
on KROQ. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning, Klein. I have a solution for you on your starvation issue.
Thank you. Go ahead.
You need to up your protein.
Right.
I've been telling him that.
It's not going to cause you to put on weight, but it's going to help you to lose some weight without making you feel like you're starving.
I don't want to put on
And
muscle.
Make sure.
Muscle's too heavy.
Trust me,
muscle
dude.
weighs the same as fat.
It's not what I...
That's the whole misnomer. 5 pounds of muscle is equal to 5 pounds of fat. It just takes up less space.
Well, all I need is for one of you guys to break first. I just need Allie or Omar or Jake to break, and then I'm going to shovel pizzas into my mouth.
Did you just hear what I just did? I'm on my way to stardom, baby.
Okay.
I'm not going to give up the clarinet now.
Yeah, he's getting close to the brown note.
We got to take a quick break. We're back in a
help you lose
moment.
weight, too.
We got a couple that is on the phone. They need your help. Jury duty will be in your future, but it's good jury duty. Petty Claims Court next.
Coachella might be one of the most iconic music festivals in the world.
All right, music festival goers, the Coachella lineup is here. Let's talk about Coachella.
This is going to be epic.
The Coachella lineup has just been announced. Headliners are Lady Gaga, Green Day, and Post Malone.
All week on KROQ. Win a pair of 3-day passes to Coachella. April 11th through 13th and 18th through 20th. Empire Polo Club in Dio. Featuring
Hey, this is Billy Joe from Green Day.
Green Day, Post Malone, Lady Gaga, Megan Thee Stallion, Travis Scott, Jimmy Eat World. The Prodigy, The Original Misfits, The Beaches, Viva Doobie, Joe, Basement Jacks, and tons more. Listen at 9, noon, 3, and 6 to win your way in with 3-day passes to Coachella.
World Famous KROQ on the World Famous KROQ.
KROQ.
KROQ, Klein Alley Show. Let's solve a mystery. A couple days ago, a package arrived after the show. It was a giant bouquet of these live forever flowers that last for a couple of years. They're very expensive. They're sent like a giant, looks like a paint bucket. I think it's officially known as like a hat box or something.
Oh.
I don't know what those things are called, but fancy. And it was arrived, and it was addressed to Vanessa. She doesn't want to give her last name. And this, she didn't know where they came from because there was nothing on the card except it said, here, something brighten your day or something.
It
some
said
trash.
smile. Brighter days are ahead. Hope you
Smile.
like these.
Brighter days are ahead. Now, there's been so many interesting developments with Vanessa. You know, Vanessa's single. She lives by herself. Let me give out her address.
She has no protection.
No
There's
protection.
no building security.
Low windows and no
What are
blinds.
you guys talking about? I have so much protection.
So here's the deal. Vanessa is freaked out because she thinks that maybe she has a stalker. And the reason she thinks this is because she went on a date a few weeks ago with someone and she said the date wasn't great. So she said to the guy, you can just walk me home and we'll call it a day.
Yeah.
The guy walked her home. A few days later, in her mail, a handwritten note from the guy.
Saying, I really, really like you still.
Yeah.
I want to spend time with you. By the way, get well soon from your surgery.
Right.
And
And
we
then-
said that was creepy.
And then he signed his name.
In blood.
In ink, but it was might as well have been blood. It was a creepy signature. Regardless, that happened, and then Vanessa's like, "I'm such an idiot. Why did I let the guy walk me home?" And a lot of people texted us, especially a lot of women, and they said, "Word of advice: never let even though it seems chivalrous to be like, let me take you home. Don't do that, especially early."
I actually have a friend who's been dating for a while, and her favorite place she lives in Anaheim. Her favorite place to go on dates is downtown Disney. She's like, you literally have to go through security.
Oh, it's great, smart.
You are in a crowded place 100% of the time.
Yep.
No one knows where you live or anything. It's just, let's meet at downtown Disney.
Oh, when they open up that Din Tai Fung, I'll be a regular. Soup dumplings all day. So Vanessa is freaking out. And then these flowers arrived. So the first thought she had was maybe it's the guy that also delivered. This guy likes to deliver stuff. Mm-hmm. Then there was a bunch of theories because she recently had a little flirty exchange, we thought, with the new lead singer of Sublime, Bradley's son, Jacob Noel. We thought maybe that was the situation going on.
He's got flower money.
He was here, and he was just here. He knows the address. That would have made sense. We talked about, of course, the Bud Light Bros, because the Bud Light Bros.
Yeah. Vanessa gets around.
She gets
I
around.
do not get around.
Everybody thinks they have a shot, with you. And the Bud Light Bros let us know that it was not them.
What's up, Klein Alley? It's the Bud Light Bros. Hey, great show today, guys. Hilarious. Just wanted to say, Allie is absolutely right. We are not Vanessa stalkers. As certified cheapos ourselves, we would never spend $400 on some flowers from Chateau La Fleur.
So they're out. They tapped out. They're not involved in this at all. They
Glad
never
we
did
can
it.
mention the flower company.
So they didn't get involved. They cleared the deck. Then there was a lot of theories coming through. Instagram went through all the theories, hundreds of theories pouring through Instagram, text line. Maybe it was this. Perhaps it was that. Maybe it's a security guy at the building. Maybe it was one of the bands. Bands, sometimes they send stuff over, like if we have them in, not because they're trying to sleep with Vanessa, but because they appreciate coming by and coming on the show. And Vanessa's usually the one that does all the emails back and forth. Could have been any of a number of guests that came by recently.
Yeah.
Gwen Stefani. Maybe
I wish it was with Stefani.
I know, that'd be so
That'd be
nice.
so cool.
Maybe it was a pre-gift from Billie Eilish, who's going to be by on Friday. Yeah, I mean, it could have been any of a number of things. You don't know.
Right. But
So-
it was definitely for Vanessa.
Definitely just for Vanessa. And the message, even though it was vague, did say, here's
That brighter
to brighten
days
your
are
day.
ahead. Yeah.
So
Now we have a break in the case.
there is a break in the case. Someone heard us discussing this on the air. And you can see what these things look like. And they're
From
up.
prison.
Inmate number 77357. And he said the following. No, we got a text, for a DM from someone. And they said the following. And I just want to say before I read this, Vanessa, I had no idea how many strangers out there are infatuated with you.
Yeah,
It is.
I'm flattered, but I also don't get it. But thank you guys. But I don't understand.
There it is. That's the attraction
Exactly.
right there.
That's it.
The charm is
That's
that
it.
Vanessa doesn't care. She just wants to
Mm-hmm.
live her damn life. She's still hung up on some chef that doesn't want to be in an exclusive relationship. And that's what makes her so wanted. Did you drunk text him after your birthday thing?
No.
Hey,
Actually, I
guys.
don't know.
Actually, I don't know.
Because I don't remember.
That was the other theory, that Vanessa was just out and having a wild birthday weekend in Long Beach, and she was drunk and making out with God knows who. And
I
maybe
didn't make out with anyone.
You don't know that.
Hey
I
guys,
know this.
she wrote, this is the DM guy. Hey guys, hope you're having an amazing day. I just wanted to apologize to Vanessa for the mystery gift she received yesterday. I honestly feel terrible for freaking her out. But I honestly just want to do something nice. That's all. And hopefully you guys don't take it apart. Because our theory was it was full of drugs. That was another theory.
That was another great
We
theory.
were going to rip it apart. It was very heavy. We figured it was a drug smuggling thing. Anyway, there's nothing other than that and roses, I promise. No cameras, no drugs, etc. As far as the message, I was just trying to be a nice gesture.
Mm-hmm.
And even though your life is great, you just never know, that's all. But again,
that's creepy.
sorry.
What do you mean that you never know? What are you going to do?
Life is short.
But again, sorry, Vanessa. I did not mean to scare you. I honestly do feel bad. Probably should have signed it. But yeah, again, my bad. And this
Okay.
was just from a...
So this is from a listener that interacts with us regularly on our Instagram, but also could have... Can't you just take responsibility for the flowers?
Right. Well, that's the other thing. Anyone
Can't you
could
be
take
like,
responsibility.
sorry, I spent so much on you.
Right. That's what I would do. That's a great move. You want to slide in to Vanessa.
Yeah.
So anyway,
So
that's...
you're welcome, Vanessa, for the flowers.
That's right. There, we decided...
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
It's a show thing from all of
We
us.
forgot your birthday and we got you these flowers. Happy bright day. Right?
That makes sense now, actually.
Okay.
There we go, yeah.
I can't believe she bought it. What a dummy. Yeah, so I think they're from a listener. Well, at least one guy took credit for them. Maybe.
But now there's a different admirer. It's crazy.
That's crazy. So now we got to give this guy
I think
her
now we're
address.
up to 3 admirers, which
So
is
funny.
a lot.
You have more admirers than the rest of the whole show combined.
Exactly.
Which is so frustrating.
Which is the whole show combined is 0.
Yeah, all we want is an admirer. We have
Just
0.
one.
Guys, please, everyone that admires Ali, Klein, Jake, Omar, Johnny, hit them up. Because I cannot with this attention.
Don't send us flowers, though. Send us
Send them
food.
flowers.
Part 2 of this is that Jake took those flowers and tried to give them to his girlfriend and hoping it would end his dry spell. We'll get to that later in the show, but it also could not have gone worse.
I heard you.
If you'd like tickets to see that band right there, Foster the People, we will bring them with us up the mountain. Ditch Day is happening this Friday. Snow Summit, open to the public. Of course, we'll have more lift tickets to give you coming up soon on KROQ, and we'll do that all morning and all week. But if you want to join us up there, we'll be at Tommy's Bar 1 until 3 on Friday, this Friday, and bring a lot of tickets to give away, including tickets to see Foster the People. So stop on by and hang out. Let's get into this, Allie. We've got a couple on the phone right now. They're battling about something. A lot of relationships. Sometimes there's big issues. A lot of times it's just a bunch of tiny issues. And if they're not resolved when they're tiny, then they can fester and they can become big cavities that eat away at the very foundation of your relationship.
Yeah, we actually got a text this morning from some previous couple that has gone on petty claims court and said, since going on petty claims court, my husband no longer wakes me up to find his work clothes, but he does wake me up to drive him up the hill to his work truck.
Oh. Well,
Which
I guess,
seems worse, actually.
yeah, some relationships have gotten better. Others have gotten worse. Let's meet a couple and do it together. You will become a jury, and you have to hear both sides of the arguments before we determine who's right and who's wrong, and that's what it's all about in relationships. Scorekeeping. It's time for Petty Claims Court.
In the legal system, cases are tried from Supreme Courts to small claims court. But what about stuff that's too small for small claims court? This is Petty Claims Court.
All right, we have a couple on the phone. They've been married for 7 years. And I believe, Allie, 7 years is that's the 7-year itch, right? That's usually...
When you start regretting your life choices and going, maybe I should divorce this person or cheat.
Yeah, I think 7 I think that sweet spot is that 7 to 10 years together is when things start getting like, is this what I really want forever? So it's interesting that...
Are you reaching the end of that, or are you still in it?
God, I'm trying to figure out. Where am I? I got married in 2012, so I got to do basic math on that. No, was it 2015 I got married? Hold on. I don't even know when I got married.
Uh-oh.
That's not good. I'm also bad at math.
That's a bad sign.
Let me say hi to Helena. She's put in the claim on her husband, Alex, who we'll let him defend himself in a moment. But what is the claim that you're bringing to Petty Claims Court? Good morning, Helena.
Hi, good morning. So my claim is that a lot of the times when we clean something or something has to be put away, he just shoves it instead of neatly putting things away. Like, for example, the meal prep containers, instead of putting them away like leads separately and the containers separately, he would just assemble them and then just shove them on top of each other, and it's like avalanche falling from the cabinet.
I hear, right, because I know what his theory is, and I haven't had him on yet, but I guess the general consensus, once it's away, it's away. It doesn't have to be put away the right way or just put away.
That's terrible.
Why?
That's no way to live. Because you have to have some kind of an organized storage system. Otherwise, it is going to be chaos. And then when you get a thing that you need, you're not going to be able to find it because it's all messed up. You have to rummage. I hate rummaging.
It's always a surprise every time you open a drawer at my place. You don't know what you find in there. Oh, look at that. Tupperware. Oh, it's a bag of chips.
Yeah, but don't you want to find like a cord or something and it's tangled up with a million other cords then you can't...
If you know where the stuff is when you look for it, it's no fun. But when you go through 19 drawers and finally find the thing you're looking for, it's like a victory. Oh, look at that. I do have a charging cord.
Fun. Real fun.
That's fun. All right, so basically he does this with storage containers, but does he do it with anything else? Like groceries, for instance? He just throws stuff all over the place? He doesn't follow whatever?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't take it out of the bag. He would just shove it in there.
He'd put the whole bag of groceries in the fridge?
Well, not the whole thing, but, like, for example, if the vegetables are in the bag, he would just put them with the bag in there.
Sure,
and
he's
they
right.
would get, like, soggy.
Great.
Same thing with, like, the bedding. I understand the fitting sheet. Nobody can fold that.
Right.
But, like, the pillowcases and then the other stuff, he would just kind of make it a ball and throw it up on the closet.
By the way,
makes it a ball.
Every little thing he's done, I've done.
He's an artist.
Yeah, I get it. This is what this guy's he's finding solutions.
But I like, Helena, that you acknowledge nobody has ever been able to successfully fold a fitted sheet.
Right. It's crazy, but that's just, we're not going to solve that problem.
And why
right?
do we try?
All right, let's bring him on. Let's let him defend himself. Alex, first of all, thank you for being here on Petty Claims Court. Your wife of 7 years, who I think loves you still, claims that you never put anything away properly. You just shove stuff until it goes somewhere. Is that true?
Yeah. Well, yes and no. With the containers, I do put the lids on because who wants to go looking for a container and then the lid?
Yeah, I'm with him.
Yeah, but you have a separate organization technique for the lids.
Yeah, but what she's saying is they all topple over because they can't be stacked. You can't stack them properly when you lit them up. But I get his theory as well, which is nothing worse than having a bunch of bottoms with no tops, Allie.
You have the tops organized separately.
Yeah, nothing fits.
It never organizes perfectly anyways. Ooh. And with the sheets, it's not a ball. It's a attempted folded mess.
Well said.
So you are trying to fold it. You're just crappy at it.
Yes.
Yeah, we all are, though. The sheets are, but he's getting, I understand his thing, because I also, for instance, we've got one set of guest sheets. I don't stack them. Fitted sheet here, flat sheet here, pillowcase here. I ball them up like this guy does, all as one good set, and I just toss them wherever they go.
So then when you actually have company over and you're trying to, then it's just all wrinkled and gross?
No, take out the ball.
Well, that's the thing, though, is who's going to be going through my closet looking to see how my sheets are folded?
Right.
You know?
But obviously your wife is. It's bothering her.
Yeah, it's the concept of everything being disorganized. Just because the cabinet is shut or whatever, it doesn't mean that the mess is not on the other side of it. And every woman knows that there is a mess inside of it, and then you can't relax. Is that right, Helena?
Yes.
If you need something, like the last time you've needed something, call it a pair of scissors or whatever, one of those random, hey, we got anything, do you kind of know where that stuff is, or do you always kind of question, where did my husband put it last?
Well, it's actually the opposite. I always put it away, but he can never find it. Whenever he puts it away, he can't find it. And then he asks me, hey, where is it? And I'm like, well, is it where I put it last or where you put it? He just puts it randomly somewhere, not where it belongs.
It is frustrating when one person in the couple will decide to start putting a thing in a new place.
Mm-hmm.
And you've all agreed that this is going to be the place. It's in this drawer at this time. That's always where I look. And then all of a sudden it's like, no, I'm actually putting that up here now. And you're like, whoa, we got to talk about this.
The text line already very heated. 336 wants to remind everyone that Klein should have no say in this case because he literally wrote things and stuff on all of his moving boxes, giving them absolutely no labeling whatsoever. And I did write things and stuff on quite a few of my moving boxes, and it did make it very difficult to unpack. That being said, after hearing this argument so far, I got to side with Alex, but we'll turn this over to the jury in a
Classic men, just shove it in.
That's right. That's my move too. That's my move in the bedroom
Shove it
and
in.
with organization. It's in. Alex, anything you'd like to say to defend yourself? We'll give you 10 seconds of closing arguments coming up in just a moment. But she's accused you of not following any sort of system she's put together. Do you have any systems you've tried to bring into the relationship that she doesn't follow?
No, unfortunately, all my systems are chaos.
Yeah, I like chaos too. I thrive in chaos.
It's no way to live.
And then every once in a while, I will make an effort. Like I'll organize the hot sauces in my refrigerator. And my wife will not respect that at all. She'll just, all of a sudden, there'll be like a diet Snapple sitting with the hot sauces.
So if it's something that you value, you will organize it?
Yeah.
This is why you had a...
I mean, I could try. I could try to organize it, but I'm not really an organizer.
I think if you're not an organizer, you're just never going to get there.
And by the way, our job here is not to solve problems. Our job is to prove who's right and who's wrong, and the jury will help us determine in this particular case. Your wife has accused you of not following any sort of a system, complete chaos, throwing stuff wherever it goes. I know that when you look around at any room of your house and it looks like chaos, the key is just get stuff hidden. If you just get it hidden out of the way, you've cleaned the room.
This is why you had one day to yourself in a kidless day, and this is all your wife wanted to do was organize the house.
Right.
And then you're losing out on sex, Klein.
Yep.
Because of your poor organization skills. And that could happen to you too, Alex.
Yep.
Yeah, see? Think about that. All right, 10 seconds closing arguments, then we'll turn this over to the jury. First 100 texts will determine who wins and who loses. It's the case of Helena versus Alex. You have 10 seconds to make your case one more time to try to curry favor with the jury. Go ahead, Helena. You get to go first.
So my closing argument is that we have very little space. We live in a pretty small apartment, and keeping it organized is pretty important because then we'll run out of space real quick, and it's a hoarder's mess.
Yeah.
All right. You get 10 seconds to defend yourself, Alex, and then the jury will determine who's right, who's wrong. Go ahead.
Organization is key, but when it's organized that's more convenient for her, I tend to organize what's more convenient for me. Unfortunately, we're not convenient together.
Oh, wow.
Damning statements. All right.
Sad.
Votes now. 800-520-1067 on the text line. We'll come back with the official ruling, and rulings are final here at Petty Claims Court. Vote Helena, vote Alex. And we'll come back with the results next.
Kills me not to know this, but I've all but just forgot.
K-Rock, Klein Alley Show. Rise Against, another band we'll be bringing tickets to go see if you come hang out with us this Friday. Snow Summit, Ditch Day. Did it last year. It was a good time. And if you'd like to join us, open to the general public, but you can win more lift tickets coming up shortly. On the phone now, we're in the middle of a petty claims court between Alex and Helena. They've been married 7 years. She's accused him of having no organizational system and just shoving stuff wherever it fits. That's true for Tupperware, sheets.
Sex.
Doesn't matter. Just wherever it fits, he shoves it. And there's a lot of votes all over the place on the text line, and we'll give you the ruling in a moment. Just want to hear some of the opinions. Let me say hi to Daniel. Go ahead. Usually, a lot of times guys defend guys and women defend women in this, but it's not always the case. Daniel, who you with?
Hi, I'm voting for Helena just because I don't like the way that Klein organizes things. So by proxy, Helena wins.
Oh, don't bring me into this. Just because I'm a bad organizer. I suffer from something called executive functioning disorder.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
Got a name so you don't have to change.
Fancy name. I'm a handicap. So let me...
So I can't do anything different.
Yeah, don't judge me.
I can't learn.
Ariana, you got a vote here?
I did put for Alex only because I know sometimes I'm in a rush and I'll just shove things where they don't belong.
Yep.
Or sometimes if it just takes too much time and I don't have that time, then I just leave it where it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, 909 said, my wife is very good at organizing and I'm not. And I have learned that whatever she says goes. I've learned to follow the organization leader. So for that reason, I must vote for Helena. 818 said Helena wins unless Alex is 12.
Well, maybe he's 12. Hold on. We didn't ask that. It's a good question. Hold on. Oh, that's not Alex. Hold on. Hey, Alex, are you 12?
Unfortunately, I'm 39.
Okay. Fair enough. Put that on the record.
909 said, also, Helena sounds Eastern European, so when she explains her point, it is backed by years of old world experience.
Helena, are you Eastern European?
Yeah, I'm Russian.
Okay. All right. Interesting. The jury's picking up on a lot. Deborah, you want to get a thought in on this? Go ahead quickly.
Well, definitely Helena, but dude, just put all the sheets in the pillowcase and then label the fuck out of your house.
Whoa. You can't say that word. Hold on. That's a great theory. Unfortunately, we can't share that over the radio.
Oh, wait, this is interesting, though. You shove all of the sheets inside of the pillowcase and then label it?
That's her theory. I can't get her back on the air because she likes the F word too much. But unfortunately, yes, label everything.
That's fascinating. I want to do that.
All right, let's get to it now. It's time for the moment of truth. We got Alex. We got Helena. You guys understand the verdict will be final once we read it over the airwaves, and we cannot take it back, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Do you think your relationship is strong enough to withstand the results of this petty claims court?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because 323 pointed out with Alex's argument, kind of seemed like he had given up on the relationship altogether.
Yeah, he let out a real, we're not compatible with this, and we're not compatible in life, or whatever he said.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
So I have
quite the opposite. It keeps things very interesting in the relationship.
Look,
it keeps it very healthy.
I agree. I think it's nice to have a little friction in the relationship.
not knowing where anything is ever. It's
everything's
exciting.
a fun surprise.
All right, I've taken everyone's votes into consideration except for 562, who said they enjoy folding fitted sheets. They're obviously a serial killer. And I have ruled in favor of Helena. Congratulations, you have won this petty claims court.
Wow, look at that.
There was a lot more support for Alex than I thought there would be, to be honest.
It was like a 60-40 split is how I'm looking at it, which is way closer than I thought it would have been. But once again, something women love to hear. You're right.
You know what? It was close. Justice prevailed.
Justice did prevail, and as a result, you will now have to do exactly what your wife says for the rest of your life.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
He sounds so sad.
Yeah, I know. Well, that means we did our job. If everyone is disappointed at the end of a petty claims court,
pretty.
Yeah, it's a good thing he's saying a nice thing now.
You're pretty. Maybe he is 12.
Yeah. All right, congratulations, guys. Do you feel like your relationship is stronger or weaker after going through the petty claims court process?
I think it is stronger. We can rebuild.
We can rebuild.
I think
beautifully.
so too.
We can rebuild and refold.
All right. Thank you for that. If you'd like to join us in a future petty claims court, you can always slide in the DMs, hit up Vanessa. Always looking for couples or anyone really who's dealing with something petty like this. Figure out once and for all who's right, who's wrong with a bunch of strangers. Be right back. Your lift tickets, your ADD news, and more next.
Klein Alley Show.
Real people, real show, real problem.
I was trendsetter with a lot of things.
That's true.
Weed, gambling, and boom. What's the next one, Allie?
Anti-condoms.
Been saying that from the very beginning.
Mornings on KROQ.
KROQ.
This Friday, you deserve a day off, so we're giving K-Rock Klein Alley Show in our studio right now. This is very exciting. We just heard the Killers on K-Rock, understandably. Apparently, the Killers are opening up for this band that's in our studio right now at Lollapalooza. Please welcome back to K-Rock. The Wolves of Glendale are here. Hello, gentlemen. How are you?
Allie. Hey, Klein. Hey, Allie.
Lollapalooza, Bonnaroo. I mean, you guys, honestly, to be honest, when you were first on with us and we were the first radio show to give you any love at all, you were all losers, right?
Yeah, we were depressed, down on our luck.
Bunch of hacks.
Yeah, bunch of hacks.
And now we are giants of the industry, titans,
gods,
selling out shows,
music gods.
Pappy and Harriet's. I mean, that place must hold 7,000 people.
I think so.
Minimum.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
with the plus ones, forget about it.
Yeah, it's over 10K easy.
Easy. Now you got all these lineups, all these big festivals, doing comedy rock. There's so many. Think about the bands over the years. The Weird Owls, they've done it successfully.
Tenacious D.
But you can count on your hand maybe how many really good, funny bands there have been. Not that many. So you guys, smart move, getting into a very, very.
Thank you.
Kind of
niche
non-competitive
market
space.
That's usually not very successful.
Right.
Bingo. Yeah, it was definitely just an economic decision on our part.
Yes.
Right. We
are
weren't
very
forced into this.
sensitive singer-songwriters normally,
Yeah.
and we just thought there were too many.
Yeah, I mean, there are too many. What do you think about this headline that Rolling Stone gave you? Wolves of Glendale bring joy to audiences one idiotic song at a time. Is that what you were going for when you had the vision of this band to begin with?
Honestly, yes. That's kind of the mission statement. It's like, how can we make the dumbest thing possible sound as good as possible?
Right. It's like, what if the Killers were dumb?
Yeah, that's good. If they didn't feel things or have depth, what would it sound like?
Exactly.
Right.
Well, we're going to get to a new song that you're going to play for the first time ever, and this is very exciting. But like a lot of the world these days, you've gone country. You've sold out already. You know that's where the money is. So you've got a song about a horse, and we'll get into that in a second.
Obviously.
But like, if you think about some of your previous inspiration, everyone can agree we universally all hate the idiot driving around the streets of Southern California that feels the need to have the loudest car on the entire road, which is why you guys gave us this monster hit, Loud Ass Car. That's a real place. It sounds like you guys know way too much about that, but if you know anyone that's got a loud-ass car, you may want to send them that song. Wolves of Glendale, a band you should get into if you're not already. They give K-Rock credit for helping to break them and popularize them with the masses, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And just thank you again for introducing us to the Troubadour Club.
That was exciting. Their big album release, and I couldn't believe I didn't think there would be anyone there. I was shocked when we went there. I said, "This is going to be so sad. I have to go up and
You're
say."
like, I'll be able to find parking at the Troubadour finally.
I said I'll park right in front, and then there was a packed house, and people love these guys, and they had celebrities there. It's funny you mentioned Tenacious D. What's his face? Kyle from Tenacious D was right there in the crowd. Dr. Demento, radio legend, was there as well. I mean, these guys have real big
Paul
fans.
Giamatti was there.
Celebrity fans. Is that
Paul
true?
Giamatti.
Brad Pitt.
Lenny Kravitz.
That's
I
made
love
up.
fine wine and Wolves of Glendale.
So one of the other things, Allie, because we're going to have to take a break in a second, but they do like to go through all of the mean comments people have made about our radio show. And this is one of the reasons we like to have these guys in. They take some of the meanest things that have been said about us on the Instagram comments, etc., and they turn them into catchy songs so that you and I can experience real reviews from actual listeners.
Yeah, well, like they said, what if we could take the dumbest things and make them sound as good as possible?
Right.
What if we can hear some of the meanest things in the best way possible? Will it soften the blow?
Probably not, but they tried this last time, and it made me still... It
made you laugh and hurt
It
equally.
stings because the songs are so catchy that I'm singing about why people hate me
And then
all
you
day.
have your own insult in your head for the rest of the day.
So they've done it again, and they'd like to play a few songs about comments about our show that they've written music for, and then we'll, of course, world premiere and play that new song, Ricky, which we're excited to share with the masses. But go ahead, guys.
Have you heard of the Klein and Alley Show? No. Consider yourself one of the lucky ones.
That sucks.
And by the way, I should mention that once again, we had to not do certain comments because they were too mean.
Oh, yeah.
So these are like some
you
of
sent
the...
us options, and we were like, I don't think we can sing about that. People really hate you guys, and that's awesome.
You have standards.
Some of them, they do come after us our physical appearance get made fun of a lot.
Yeah.
All right, one more.
For a radio show, which is interesting.
Yeah, one more into break. One more. Well, now they're putting this stupid thing on YouTube. People are watching it. But okay, go one more into break, and then we'll be Wolves of Glendale in our studio.
Klein and Alley Show is totally inappropriate. Do more better. Not that you can.
Do more better is a real. I mean, that's a
that little shaker. It just makes you so happy and sad at the same time.
I carry it everywhere I go.
When we return, Wolves of Glendale here to get you into the weekend. They got the shaker on the ready. They got a show coming up. I should let everyone know happening at the Brea Improv. That show is June 12th. But if you want to go see them this weekend, Pappy and Harriet, and then Lollapalooza. If you're off to Chicago, you'll see them there as well. Allie has been accused of hamming it up on the video feed. If you don't believe us, you can check it out for yourself.
I need evidence. I don't believe
we need to do a supercut.
Please, Tim, get on that ASAP. Plenty of them.
You guys.
Vanessa, correct me if I'm wrong. We're not going to be doing
I can't write Vanessa.
You haven't met this
guy.
What?
Oh, yeah. Played that song for the winner of the Petty Claims Court by the same name. Helena, welcome. It's Mike Kim on KROQ. We are Klein Alley Show. About to get to your ADD news, and then we get into a brand new hour of the show, complete with the Dry Q test, a panel of our favorite drunks that you've heard on the show over the years. Secondhand Cindy, Bar Buddy Bob, who's a regular, of course, the Bud Light Bros, and they'll be battling listeners that are actually successful so far, 29 days into the month. It is dry January still for a few more days. If you've done it so far and you'd like to prove that you're smarter than you were at the beginning of the month, you're more than welcome to join us next hour for your very own dry Q test where we battle you against full-time year-round drunks. Who will do better, the dry January people or the full-time drunks? My money's on the drunks, but it doesn't matter. We'll get to that coming up next hour on the show. Let's get to your news right now, and then the first thing we do as we get into a brand new hour is give you some tickets to join us as we take to the top of the mountain for a ditch day this Friday. All you got to do is come up with an excuse, and we'll see you at Snow Summit for another Klein Alley Show ditch day. We'll get to that the second your news is done right here on KROQ.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
I know a lot of people are out on the Super Bowl already and they think it's all rigged. And yes, the NFL is going to make a lot of money on Kansas City yet again. Buying a suite for the Super Bowl is going to cost up to $3 million, depending. But for the general public, the non-millionaires, tickets are actually less expensive than they were last year because of Chiefs fatigue. And this is one of the reasons I think maybe the NFL is not rigged, because people are sick of seeing the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. They've been there 5 times in the last 6 seasons, and this matchup against the Eagles has already happened. So tickets were about $7,000 on average last year, $6,000 the year before that. But this year, they're around $4,600, which is still a lot, but it's a pretty steep drop. And if you think about it, Kansas City fans have already seen their team win a Super Bowl. Right. So they've already paid once, maybe twice, to see their team win. How often are you going to keep doing that? How much money do you really have to keep buying Super Bowl tickets? So they're going to have to rely on the Eagles fan base.
Had there been like, Detroit Lions,
Totally.
or you can make the argument, it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. But good luck trying to sell that to your wife when you're like, I got to go support the Chiefs against you. You've been to the last 4 Super Bowls.
Like they're just going to win again next year.
It seems like and I get it. I think that in general, that's the thing. It's just become boring. I never thought I would say I'm bored. I always get very excited. I'm Joe Public. I love the Super Bowl, the fanfare around it. I'm used to not having a team I care about play, but I still get excited. And for some reason, of all of the things that could have happened, even going back 2 weeks, 3 weeks, even last week, there's a lot of combinations that to me were exciting. This one, I just don't care.
But I think the only thing that has people interested is, are they going to do it a third time? Are you going
they got to find the story. They got to find the storyline to make it interesting and say that's never happened before.
First team that's ever done that, blah, blah, blah.
But we had the same thing with Brady. We had Brady fatigue after a while where it just got kind of boring. But then there's the teams you would root for to beat. It was like, at least I'm rooting for, I want to see, the Patriots lose.
And then when he went to the Buccaneers, that was kind of like, can he do it? Can he build it again and build this team and lead them to the Super Bowl? And then he did.
I may be one of those losers that goes to Disneyland that day now. I'm serious. I'm contemplating what I'm going to do with that Sunday. And I was prepared to do, had Washington, not that they were going to win, but had they won, I was going to throw an epic rager at my place. I was going to get a whole pig on a spit, like one of those. I was going to do everything.
Now I'm really sad they lost.
I know. All of you lost out. I was going to throw such a party.
Jake was going to eat all the pigs.
I was going to have a whole, maybe even 2 pigs. Dueling suckling pigs.
I wasn't going to do anything for the Super Bowl, but then Party City's closing, and there was a bunch of money off of the Super Bowl decorations, so now I'm doing something. Ticket prices have leaked for that high-speed rail to Vegas, the one that will take you from Southern California right to the Strip. You don't have to drive. You don't got to show up to the airport all hungover.
Is that really happening?
Well, they're doing another round of funding for $2.5 billion or something like that. They say that it is happening and that they're building it. And usually if you drive, it could take 4 to 5 hours, sometimes more if there's a lot of traffic. This would take you less than 2 hours, even with stops. But how much would you pay? And then I'll share with you what the price range is.
But don't you have to drive to Victorville just to even get on the train?
You have to drive to the train stop, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I hate most about trains.
Cucamonga, my hood.
That's what I thought.
I think the whole idea is you got to drive to Victorville, and if you survive your 20 minutes in Victorville,
then you go to Rancho.
Yeah, but you could also pick up a bunch of good drugs in Victorville.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's a good place to stop for your pre-Vegas shop.
Yep.
You survive it.
Vegas shop.
2 hours, you'll be ready for another bump, and you're ready to go. So ticket prices, what they're saying, what's been leaked, is that they would range from $119 to $133 one way.
You fly for that.
You can fly for less than that.
Yeah, fly for $70.
Dude, yeah. Especially if you Frontier it or Spirit, man, it's like $60 for a ticket to Vegas. And yes, you have to go to the airport and pay for parking, and it takes longer. But I don't think people are going to want to spend $100. And then it says it depends on the type of ticket you get and the date and the time and all that stuff. But I don't think people are going to want to pay almost $150 for a train.
Can you bring as many bags as you want?
I don't have the bag limit on in front of me. Why?
It's train travel, so probably feel like they're. But I mean, when we all heard high-speed rail to L.A. to Vegas, everyone got excited because in theory it's a cool concept. But also, I thought it would be like an hour. I feel like it still takes too long.
Yeah, I know. And it stops. Why is it stopping?
But
Jake does make a good point about bringing stuff, though, because if you load up on all the booze, all the things that you would probably pack into your car, but you don't have to drive all of it and find parking, pay for parking, all that stuff does add up.
Well,
the money you're saving.
I'm sure when it opens, when's it scheduled to start? Like not till like 2030 or something?
I think when the doomsday clock runs out.
Oh, okay, great.
I wonder if a high-speed rail could have a high-speed hobo. Just go for free.
Yeah.
Most likely, that could be you, Jake. Set some goals.
When you get a text from a coworker outside of business hours, usually it is annoying and nothing good comes from it. But what if a coworker's text led you to winning $1 million? This was the night of the election, so this happened a while ago, even though we're learning about it now. There was a local lottery winner who got 5 out of the 6 numbers. So somebody in Lakewood won $1.2 million, but nobody had come forward. They didn't know who it was. Then this guy gets a text from his coworker, and the coworker sends that joke like, "Hey, you're not at work today. Would you win the lottery or something?"
Ugh.
Which is like, oh, God. But then he was like, oh, crap, I never checked my ticket. And then he checked, and he had 5 out of the 6 numbers, and if he hadn't read that annoying text, who knows how long he would have gone without checking and without winning. He would have been one of those people that never came forward.
That's like the one example in the history of annoying coworker text that resulted in something great.
I know.
Usually,
would you win the lottery? You're like, no, Debbie.
Yeah, I have a death in my family. Thanks for rubbing it in.
My father is dead.
All right, well, we get into a brand new hour of the show right now, and as promised, if you can come up with a good excuse, you can just use the one we just gave you. Join us this Friday for Ditch Day. Caller 20 right now, 800-520-1067. Let's get you to Snow Summit with some lift tickets and some VIP party wristbands, and let's do that right now.
Klein Alley Show.
106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
All right, welcome to a brand new hour of the show. We are Klein Alley Show on KROQ. I'm Klein, that's Allie.
Hi.
That is the audio sniper known as DJ Omar Khan.
Hello.
That is a man who wants to be known as the arbiter of sound.
Audio.
Whatever. His name is Jake the Nerd.
Thank you.
You got Postmaster Johnny in the back taking them calls with producer Vanessa, who may or may not have a brain bleed. We're not sure. Both happening in the back right now. 800-520-1067 to call, to text. You can watch us. We're streaming live on YouTube. Don't believe us? Check it out. Pull over. Give it a look. Or if you're supposed to be at your job now doing actual work, you can just keep us on one of them small screens where you click us out quickly when someone important walks by.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. Appreciate the fact that this show is growing, and appreciate the fact that people tell other people, even if they're forced to because they're related.
Hey, I grew up in the South Bay. Loved you guys ever since you took over. I introduced the show to my 12-year-old boy like a year ago. Now he listens to the podcast every day. He calls the GOAT line all the time. But like he's trying to say he's a bigger fan of the show than I am. And I'm like, okay, volleyball. Then we laugh. And my wife and my other boy think we're like total weirdos.
Yep.
So that's what's going on in my house. Anyway, I have a request for the audio sniper, a little mashup. Can I get I love the hot dog at the Pantages, and then 2 okay volleyballs? Love it. Whee!
Thank you for listening to the show, and thank you for spreading the word to your son and forcing him. That is the future generation of KROQ listeners, Klein Alley Show fans. And we are the perfect sensibilities and intelligence for a 12-year-old boy. So thank you for that. Omar, the audio sniper, can you fulfill that man's request? He's looking for I love the hot dog, followed by a welcome to the Pantages.
Followed by not 1, but 2 okay volleyballs, which I respect.
I don't know if I can do all that just right now, because actually the library of sounds has gotten too big where I actually have to kind of like pre-plan.
Come on.
Do you need an arbiter of sound to help you organize?
I do. Let's see. What do I... hold on. Let's see. So I got...
We're at the Pantages. All right. You got one.
Okay. Where's the hot dog?
I like
Where's
putting.
the hot dog?
I like
Where's
putting.
the hot dog?
Where's the hot dog?
I like putting Omar on the spot here.
Where's the hot dog? Man, I can't find the hot dog. Oh, wait. No,
You know what? I love cocaine.
I have that.
Let's go with that
Is the
one.
Vanessa Loves folder?
That's fine. That's fine.
I love the hot dog.
And there we go. We got it.
Okay.
And then-
Okay, volleyball.
there it is.
And again.
Okay, volleyball.
All right, we did it for you.
right.
As requested. That's the audio
It took a
sniper.
while, but I got it.
Hey,
We
made it
pleased
happen.
one 12-year-old boy. That was worth it.
Totally worth it. And pull the clip of Allie saying she pleased a 12-year-old boy. I really want that to play over and over again. Hey, Anthony, what's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up, Klein?
You
We
are
did.
Sweet Dibs. You're called 20. There's the good news. The even better news is if you have an excuse on the ready, we'll see you this Friday at Snow Summit. You got lift tickets and some VIP party passes coming your way. All right.
Sweet.
What is
Food poisoning, here I come.
Food poisoning, here I come. It's the go-to excuse. It always works. People don't ask for details. Hold on 1 second. Here's some Jimmy Eat World for you as we get into a brand new hour of the show right now. Klein Alley Show. How much you make? Hold on. Allie's very excited right now. She got a sweet settlement check in the mail.
I
She's
love
the
getting
only person I know that will fill out if she gets put involved in one of those postcards for it, you may be included in a class action lawsuit. A lot of people, I know it doesn't take that much time and potentially you get some real money. For the most part, it's like a check for 11 cents. And
Not me.
Allie does not value her time, as we've learned.
It does not take very long. It literally takes 1 to 2 minutes to fill out the information and say, yep. And they email you now and say, hey, maybe you are a part of this class action lawsuit if you bought, lawn chairs at Costco. And you're like, yep, I did.
But don't you have to prove that? Like, don't you have to show some sort of a proof of
I've
receipt?
never done one where I had to prove it because I don't save any receipts.
Right.
But they'll usually have records. It's like if you subscribe to Netflix during this period to this period, then you could win money. And I'm like, yeah, I did probably. And then you just fill it out and let them figure it out.
And your hope is that you're one of only a few people that does it. The theory is that most of the public are lazy. They're not going to go through the clicking and the sending and the looking for stuff, or they won't even open the thing that says they're involved in it.
Yes,
and, then
and you should be a fan of this as a gambler because, yes, maybe some days it's 11 cents, but there are once in a while you get them where it's actually a significant amount of money. I got almost $400 from an Apple one because of some keyboard problem.
I did get something in the mail one time. I thought I was going to throw it out. It was from IKEA, and I don't even think I filled out anything to get involved in a class action suit. But I think I had one of those dressers that was killing people.
Yes.
And
you're lucky.
Yeah, that's how I felt. I was like, I'm lucky.
You had a killer dresser?
I got one of these murder dressers.
Oh man, I bet they gave you a lot.
And I don't think it was more than $100. I want to say it was 70 something, maybe.
That's totally worth it.
At IKEA, it's enough to buy another murder dresser.
Woohoo!
So before you tell us how much you got, because I would like to go ahead and wager what I believe you received, based on your level of excitement right now, which is hard because most people. What was the item what was the class action you were involved in?
It was for a subscription I had to the New York Times.
What?
The news organization.
Wait, the digital one where like they make you sign up if you want to continue to read the article?
Yeah.
So you've signed up. And then what
I think that maybe they were like not canceling, like they were making it too hard for people to cancel or something like that, or they weren't letting people know about auto renew. It was something like that.
Isn't that, by the way, isn't the digital subscription of the New York Times like 99 cents a month or something? Isn't it like so cheap?
It's $1 a week.
Oh, it's $1 a week.
Yes.
Okay, big spender.
You know how many dollars that is?
You seem excited about it, but a lot of times these big companies will just,
This was especially one that I got an email about, and I was like, I don't know, if I paid $1 a week, like, probably not going to get that much money, but whatever, I'll fill out my information.
And you got an actual
check
in the mail.
Oh, just deposited. Made sure to deposit on the before I left for work today.
Definitely less than $10, but you seem so excited. But once again, you've been this excited before for less than that even.
Mm-hmm. If you guess correctly, I will give you half.
Oh, $2 then.
Class action check. Allie got involved. It's Allie versus the New York Times.
A North news organization that does a lot of good.
The modern day Roe versus Wade here.
Really do need money, actually. Kind of feel bad.
Old media battling old media. I'm going to assume Allie got $7 and change. 7 and change
Interesting.
is the number. $7.50 maybe.
Anyone want to go higher? I'll split the winnings with you.
Omar, want to take a stab at this? She's speaking all like kind of high and mighty, like,
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tad higher just because nobody goes through the process of filling those things out. And how many people do you know that actually signed up for that,
Right. I can see older people or very cheap people. In New York, I mean, that's the thing about newspaper people. Those are the people that I think would actually go through the process of being like, oh, good, paperwork, let's go.
Right.
I'm going to $22.75.
Ooh.
50 cents.
Come on, Jake. Jake obviously doesn't care about winning this. The grand total. The check that I received last night from the New York Times for my class action settlement was a whopping $17.04. Boom!
So sad.
Dude, that's like a month of Netflix.
Why are you booming? Why are you booming
that?
Why are you booming that? That doesn't deserve any of those noises.
Wow!
$17.04? You were so excited.
This is what it deserves.
Come on! You know what I could get for that?
That is sad, but you know what? Compared to some of the other checks you bragged
I
about,
can get a family-sized thing of sliced turkey.
I can't believe you're going to give away almost $8.
For free.
Yeah, if any of us had gotten that, it would have been great. All right, well, there you have it.
Well, and don't forget about the 4 cents. It wasn't just 17
I guess
flat.
some people on the text line, got in on that too, because some people nailed it exactly. 1702, someone says. $17. People knew. Wow.
Ooh, 1702. I got you beat. Boom.
Someone claims they got $700 from a Tinder lawsuit.
Cool.
That's pretty sweet right there.
Man, I got to get in some more shady stuff.
I always sign up for the class action, says 714. My friend got $30,000 from Jewel. What?
The singer?
That music is questionable.
Coachella might be one of the most iconic music festivals in the world.
All right, music festival goers, the Coachella lineup is here. Let's talk about Coachella.
This is going to be epic.
The Coachella lineup has just been announced. Headliners are Lady Gaga, Green Day, and Post Malone.
All week on K-Rock. Win a pair of 3-day passes to Coachella. April 11th through 13th and 18th through 20th. Empire Polo Club in Dio. Featuring.
Hey, this is Billy Joe from Green Day.
Green Day, Post Malone, Lady Gaga, Megan Thee Stallion, Travis Scott, Jimmy Eat World. The Prodigy, The Original Misfits, The Beaches, Reba Doobie, Joe, Basement Jaxx, and tons more. Listen at 9, noon, 3, and 6 to win your way in with 3-day passes to Coachella.
World Famous KROQ.
On the World Famous KROQ.
KROQ.
It's different these days. K-Rock, we are Klein Alley Show. And perhaps you have been dry all this month long. Dry January is a challenge that some people try to get involved in, and it's very hard. You know, even the people that say, I do it every year, sometimes when you really hit them with some follow-ups, you find out they don't really do it. Like, they do it until the weekend, or they do it until the playoffs, or they do it until they were at a party.
And what I love the most is when the end of January hits, like now, and they start going, I don't know, I feel so good, I think I might keep going. And then they break it like next week.
Yeah, between Super Bowl, Valentine's Day, Groundhog Day, big drinking day as well, I would imagine. But we wanted to see what would happen if we took some people that have been dry all month and put them toe-to-toe against some of our favorite show drunks and try to figure out once and for all if there is any sort of benefit to doing the dry January for the past 28 days.
Especially compared, like, when people are doing dry January, they feel invincible.
Yes.
They just feel like they are at their best, they're sharp, they're clear, so they should be able to win this.
There's listeners on the phone. If you are currently participating in Dry January right now, we'd love you to join us to help us prove a point. The number is 800-520-1067. You can join us. We got lift tickets up for grabs as well, which will be great if that's what you're after. And if you are completely sober now and have been for at least since January 1st,
challenge one of our many drunk listeners.
Right. We've got some drunks that I assure you have not been doing the dry January. I just want to say hi to some of the drunks. For starters, let me say hi to Bar Buddy Bob, one of our more recent drunks. Bar Buddy Bob, you are not a dry January supporter, correct?
No, it's not really my thing.
Oh, my gosh. Your voice. Are you just waking up, or is this you all warmed up and ready to go?
Oh, no. Yeah, you kind of wake it up, you know. Usually I'm not up in the morning, but...
Were you drinking last night until what hour?
Not too late. It was only 2 beers without playing pool, but I was home actually by midnight. It was an early day for me.
And have you had anything to drink with alcohol today so far?
No, but that's probably because we ran out the other night. I haven't gone to the store
yet. Fair enough. Okay, but you have not gone more than a day without drinking this entire month. Is that accurate?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
I can't remember. There were some nights, I was so drunk I forgot whether I drank or not.
Right.
So that probably means that, yes, you had drank that day.
That's Bar Buddy Bob right there. All right, look forward to playing with you, Bar Buddy Bob. That's once again.
I'd love to hear what that guy tells a cop.
Man.
I don't think I was drinking because I don't remember.
I was so drunk, I don't remember if I drank or not. What an excuse that is. All right, that's one of the drunks. Allie, would you like to meet another drunk, or would you like to meet some of the dries?
I'd like to meet a dry.
All right, let's meet a dry now. This is Tom. Tom is a listener of the show. Hey, Tom, you have been sober since at least January 1st?
That's correct.
All right, and you think your life has gotten better? Do you feel more clear-headed?
Honestly, it's about the same. I haven't noticed a big difference.
That's why we're going to do this little test, the dry Q test, to see if there is a difference or not, because maybe we learn after all of this that the drunks are just as good and just as smart as the people that have been sober, in which case you don't waste the next January not drinking, right?
And is this something you do every year?
This is my third year doing it.
Uh-huh.
And you're a real dry January guy, not like Jake that has all these days that don't count? Like, you legitimately have not touched alcohol?
But what's funny is when I started it out, I told my wife, when I was planning on doing it, I was like, look, the one caveat is if we end up going to a show, I'm like, that's going to be my excuse, but I haven't been to any shows, so I've been good.
Okay. See, people always like to build in a little, I won't drink unless.
Exception.
Let's meet another drunk, Al. You know these guys. They are the Bud Light Bros. They are constantly drinking. They don't drink anything less than 30 beers each at a time. I don't think they even know how to do a low drinking day. It's always a lot of drinking. And whenever there's like a sale on cases of Bud Light, these guys fill up an entire bed of a pickup truck. It's out of control. I've seen it. And that's usually just to get them through the weekend. Hello, Bud Light Bros.
What's up, Klein Alley Show?
These guys, are you drunk now on this time at 8:30 on what's today, Wednesday morning?
We're getting there.
Great.
How many beers in are you?
This is the fifth one.
Oh, my wow.
And just the concept of dry January for you is...
Drunk January, which you participate in every year.
Is asinine, right? You would never consider that.
Man, that's for suckers.
All right, great.
All right.
That's the Bud Light Bros.
These guys got tossed out of the cabana in Vegas.
They will be competing, and I can't wait to hear how you guys do. Let's meet another dry, Allie. This is someone that has been dry since New Year's Eve. This is Camilo?
Hi, guys. How are you?
Wow, look at you.
Well, you sound very responsible.
Very responsible. And you have not touched any alcohol since January 1st.
No, I've been dry, since New Year's Eve. Prior to that, I was hungover 3 to 4 days a week for about a year and a half. And I decided to go dry this January, possibly going dry even further into the year.
Good for you.
One of these guys. And you feel like your life has gotten better, it's easier to wake up, lost weight, look younger, all that stuff that people claim?
Oh, absolutely. I'm not on the losing weight. I actually gained a pound, but I've been waking up every day at 4:30, been at the gym by 4:45.
Wow.
I've been working 10-hour days at the office, and it's been sharp and focused. I remember things. I remember people's names. I love it.
All right. So this guy's a advocate for dry January.
Yeah, the party, the Bud Light Bros, they remember names. They
remember names.
They're sharp as well,
they're
and
sharp.
they have jobs and everything.
The final drunk, Allie, on our drunk panel, and this is once again to prove that dry January is either a huge advantage if you participate or it means nothing at all, is Secondhand Cindy. Now, she is a big smoker, but you also like to drink a lot, Secondhand Cindy, right?
I do. I drink every day.
Great. And,
Cindy, what have you had this morning?
Let's see. I've had 2 glasses of wine, and I'm working on my second buzzball.
Oh, my God, Cindy.
She's on a buzzball. That is a real move.
I'm working on my second buzzball.
A real
That's
move.
my favorite sentence ever.
All right, hold on 1 second. All right.
The tall one or small one?
I think she said the small one because the other one feeds like 40 people. It's the size of a Hello Volleyball. Okay, hold on, Secondhand Cindy. So in a moment, Allie, this is very exciting. We've got our dries, we've got our drunks. They will battle it out. Who do you think is going to do better? If you had just from meeting the panel.
What kind of questions are we asking here?
They're all over. It's a combination of questions. It could be pop culture.
A combination
it could be
of questions. The sober people.
Okay. As soon as we're done with this one from Lincoln Park, we can officially begin the dry Q test. Place your bets now. Will it be the dries or will it be the drunks? And I already see the text line is very heated. People excited. Someone says, I'm at work and I'm not getting out of my car till the dry Q test is complete. That's the goal. Keep you listening longer. We'll start this thing in exactly 2 minutes. She gives all of our drunks enough opportunity to have another buzzball or two. Be back with the dry Q test next, KROQ. KROQ, Klein Alley Show. A happy dry January for all of you who celebrate. Don't worry, your torture will come to an end soon enough as we are only days away from beginning a brand new month. It's time for the dry Q test. Drunks versus dries, battling it out. 3 rounds. A new drunk and a new dry in each round. We'll be battling it out, Allie, and already the votes overwhelmingly in favor of the drunks.
Wow, really?
No, they would like the drunks to win, but
Somebody
I don't know
on the text line thinks that Cindy and Bar Buddy Bob are Jake's parents, and he doesn't even know.
That is possible. The two of them would really get along. Cindy, you're single, correct?
Yes, I am.
Bar Buddy Bob, are you single?
Yeah. I got no time for nobody.
Great. That's a double negative, but okay. The two of you, would you be interested in maybe meeting in real life, Bar Buddy Bob and Secondhand Cindy?
I met him.
You did?
Yeah, up in Big Bear.
No, I don't think Bar Buddy Bob was there last year.
Oh, no, not Barbara. I'm sorry, the Bud Light guys.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yes, you did meet the Bud Light guys.
All right, this is off to a great
No,
start
yeah.
already. Okay, hold on one second. Round one, Allie, is going to be a battle between the Bud Light Bros, representing the drunks, and listener Tom, representing the dries. Tom has been a dry January supporter since January 1st. Imagine how much he's craving something right now. What drink? Oh, sorry about that. Tom? Oh, that's not Tom. Tom, what do you miss the most so far? What drink?
I'm a beer guy, IPA all the way.
Okay, so it's a perfect battle.
Saturday yet?
We got Tom representing the dries versus the Bud Light Bros representing the drunks.
And Klein seems to also represent the drunks.
I am also representing the drunks this morning. First question goes to the dry. This is only for Tom to answer. Tom, which planet shares its name with a chemical element?
Which planet?
You can pass.
Pass.
Okay.
Wow.
Drunks, which planet are we currently on?
Earth.
Nice.
All right, that's 1 point, Allie, in
What?
the column of the drunks.
Can we answer the previous question?
Sure.
Sure.
Mercury.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bud Light Bros.
Bud Light Bros really rubbing it in the face of dry Tom right now. We go to question number 2. This is once again dry Tom versus the Bud Light Bros representing the drunks.
Bud Light Bros definitely a better nickname than Dry Tom.
I agree. All right, Tom, dry Tom. Who painted the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel?
Oh, man. Michelangelo.
All right, that is correct.
Okay.
Point for the dry. Good job. Bud Light Bros. Who painted all those Bob Ross paintings?
Bob Ross.
That is also correct. Proving that being drunk in the month of January, Allie, does not affect your ability to answer hard
I
questions.
feel like these are skewed a little bit.
Definitely not skewed even a little bit.
Okay.
We go to the final round. You need this one, Tom, because the Bud Light Bros are still up 1, and that would be a point, and round 1 would go to the drunks. Here we go. Dry Tom. What is the largest living species of lizard on planet Earth? I mean, you haven't been drinking all month. What the hell have you been doing? Jesus.
I know, my God.
Well, you know, they say I drink and I know things, so I don't drink, I don't know things. Pass.
That's a pass. Bud Light Bros. What is a good name for a pet lizard?
Spike.
Love that.
That is correct. Great
Love
name.
Spike.
Great name for a lizard.
By chance, do you know how to answer the previous question?
I believe it's a Komodo dragon.
That is also correct.
Bud Light Bros, genius.
Wow. Round 1 goes to the drunks.
3 for 3.
Over the dries. Tom, shame on you. And Bud Light Bros, once again, I know you love alcohol, but congratulations on bringing some glory to all the people that remain drinking this month.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys, hopefully, at the top of Snow Summit for some hang on Friday. Hopefully you get the day off.
Oh, hell yeah. We're already planning to go, and we're going to bring our beer bong up there.
Oh, great. Okay, great.
Sure, someone will love that. I would love to make an effort to get the Bud Light Bros in a Bud Light Super Bowl commercial.
God, that would be great.
That would crush.
Would be great. I would love it when they open up that cooler. It's it's Post Malone and Shane Gillis if the Bud Light Bros are in the cooler.
It is what it is.
All right, we go to round 2 now. Round 1 went to the drunks. Let's see what happens in round 2. We've got Camilla, who we met a moment ago. He has been dry since New Year's Eve. Good morning, Camilla. How you doing?
Doing great, guys. How are you?
You're battling secondhand Cindy in round number 2. Are you ready for this?
Fierce battle.
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. Question number 1 goes to the dry. What type of fish is Nemo in the movie Finding Nemo?
Clownfish.
That is correct. Dry gets a point. Secondhand Cindy. What is the name of Harry Potter's school?
Let's see. Potter School?
Okay. Unfortunately, we cannot accept that. Great answer.
Secondhand City graduated from Potter School.
I believe she has a master's from Potter School. It is Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Point goes to the Dry. 2 more questions in round number 2 now. And if you're keeping track at home, round 1 did go to the Drunks. So the Dries need this one. Question number 1 goes to Dry Camillo. Dry Camillo, how many legs does a spider have?
8.
That is correct. Secondhand Cindy, what does a caterpillar turn into?
Butterfly.
All right.
Nice,
She
Cindy.
got that one. Phew. Hoping she'd pull that. That's a tie. Comes down to this final question now. You need this one. Speaking of butterfly, Cindy, you go first this time. Which boxer floats like a butterfly and stings like a bee?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, no.
Can you repeat it?
Which boxer floats like a butterfly and stings like a bee?
Sugar Ray.
Sorry. Cannot accept that. It's Muhammad Ali is the answer we were looking for. And if you get this right, not that it matters, but I think round 2 is going to go to the Dries, Allie. Here we go. It's another sports question. What is the golf term for a score that is 1 under par?
I don't even play golf.
Well, it doesn't.
Just guess a bogey.
Birdie is what we're looking for, but it doesn't matter, Allie. Round 2 goes to the Dries.
Man, secondhand Cindy.
Secondhand Cindy, you did represent the Drunks proudly, but unfortunately the Dries get the point, which means it's all going to come down to a battle between Bar Buddy Bob and Dry Pedro, who's on the phone right now. This will determine who wins and who loses.
Tiebreaker, okay.
Very exciting. Thank you both for being on. Secondhand Cindy, hopefully we see you on Friday up at the mountain again. That was fun last year.
Yes, it was. I do have to say something. You can stay off alcohol for 6 weeks and your liver will go back to perfect.
Okay. Thank you so much.
It's a bonus point right
Secondhand
there.
Cindy. That's a great piece of information.
Allie, here we are now. It's come down to this, the final round. Dries versus Drunks. It's Bar Buddy Bob representing the Drunks against Dry Pedro. And Dry Pedro, how long has it been since you've had a drink?
Since October 17th.
So this guy, and is that court ordered or is that by choice?
A choice.
Okay,
Good
so
for
this
you.
man has not had a drop of alcohol going way back even before January. He's the driest of the dry contestants.
According to Cindy, his liver is already completely imperfect and intact.
Does it feel that way, Pedro?
It certainly does.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. And how does your liver feel, Bar Buddy Bob?
It hasn't complained.
Okay. Oh, boy. 3 questions, Allie, will determine who wins and loses this Dry January battle. Here we go. Question number 1 goes to Dry Pedro. Dry Pedro. You listening?
Yes, sir.
What animal begins each MGM movie?
A lion.
Mm-hmm.
That is correct. Point goes to the Dries. Bar Buddy Bob. In the show The Simpsons, what is the name of the neighboring town next to Springfield?
Whoa.
Shelbyville.
That is also
Wow.
correct. Allie, this is a real nail biter in the Dries versus the Drunks right now. All right. Question number 2 goes to Dry Pedro, representing the Dries. Who discovered America in the year 1492?
Leif Erikson?
Who? Leif Erikson.
Who's that?
Oh, my God. Bar Buddy Bob for the steal?
Oh, that would be Christopher Columbus.
Okay.
There you go.
Wow, the Drunks have just gone up by 1 now. And this is the final question, Allie. I can't believe it all comes down to this. We start with Dry Pedro. Dry Pedro, what don't invertebrates have? What don't invertebrates have?
I didn't quite hear you. Can you say that again?
What don't invertebrates have?
Oh, shoot. I don't even know what invertebrate means.
This would be
What is
for
it?
the win, and this would be for the pride and the joy of everyone who has remained drinking for the month of January. Bar Buddy Bob, what don't invertebrates have?
Oh, it's just like my ex used to tell me all the time. No spine.
Whoa! And a hilarious anecdote, too.
Bar Buddy Bob, congratulations.
You won it for the drunks, Bob.
The drunks have reigned supreme. I know it's a big celebration, and for every single person, and nothing against you dry January people. I know it was not easy to do. But Bar Buddy Bob, we will let you give an acceptance speech on behalf of all of the drunks, and I'm going to add the Bud Light Bros into this as well, and Secondhand Cindy. You guys are celebrating for all the people that remain drinking all month, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, there's a party, Allie.
Raise a glass, but there's nothing here to drink.
Mm-hmm.
Another excuse to drink.
That's right.
That's what it is.
That's what they
beautiful.
needed.
It's going to cry.
Quick break. We're back with more after this. Congratulations, drunks.
Klein, Alley Show. The world famous KROQ. KROQ.
KROQ.
This Friday. KROQ, Klein Alley Show. How long would you survive if you went on a hike and things didn't go according to plan and your Apple Watch isn't working and you make a left instead of a right and then you find yourself, as Weezer says here,
Lost in the woods.
lost in the woods? Because it seems like this is the season where that is happening more and more and more.
Well,
and
yeah, that happened with in Joshua Tree, that couple. They
Yep.
were like on a day hike and they almost died. They had to get helicopter rescued. And then there was that other guy who just got rescued after 10 days and he was drinking a gallon of water every single day. That's how he lived.
And I also think, and there has been no proof of this yet, but because of how easy it is to get edibles now, mushrooms, etc., and I think that people go like, well, this hike is going to be boring. What can we do to make it less boring? And someone says, we'll take a handful of edibles. Great idea. It is that much more likely that you
Lost in the woods.
will realize that we have no idea where the hell we are. And at that point, you know, either you're one of these people that does what you're supposed to do, I think, which is just like stay put and hope that someone finds you, or you just keep going.
Well,
these are also the people that go. They don't stay on the path. They don't stay on the trail. These are like, oh, I'm so experienced. I'm going to literally create my own path, and then that's why they get lost, right, Allie?
See,
Or no?
I think that there are a couple things happening, both having to do with phones. Number one, influencers and Instagram makes us feel like we need to veer off the beaten path to get a cool cliff picture.
And that's a
and
fact.
then we're lost.
That's a fact.
Secondly,
if anyone sees a path in your picture, loser. If there's any path or semblance of a path.
unless there's like a cool tree bridge.
Yeah, listen, I've seen these people that take pictures. When there's a path there, I go, loser. You got to be in the middle of the woods. You go, oh, all right, that person's cool.
Exactly.
They know what they're doing.
Secondly, nobody is used to finding their own way anymore because of Google Maps. Everyone is just mindlessly following a map that is on their phone in front of their faces. So as soon as you're left to your own devices out in the wilderness, if you don't have reception or something, I think people get lost more than ever now out on hikes because they're so dependent on GPS.
So let's see how
and their phone has a stupid compass.
Yeah,
like, use that.
You would think that would, but once again, once our phone dies, gets overheated, batteries, or you're out of range.
Exactly. Having an actual compass is the best thing, but a lot of people don't know how to read those.
Would not have any idea what that even meant or did. I would probably throw it or try to use it to, I don't know, eat it or something. I think that's what
I mean,
would
it's
have
pretty easy to use, man.
But Omar, it wouldn't matter to me because even if I say, okay, that's north, that
you would
means,
drink the water inside
that means
of it.
nothing to me.
He'd break it out like, real survival man stuff here. Yeah. And it's poisonous, so that would probably kill him.
Whatever. So I want to go out. Good final meal. Oh, man, I'm in the mood for some north. I'm going to eat some north. I don't know what that, even if I had a compass, I'm saying, and it said, like, I don't even know. I've lived in LA since 2006. If someone said, I'm lost in the wilderness or up in the canyons, I wouldn't know if I have to go north, south, east, or west. It would be I have to go down probably.
Well, here's the thing, and we can do a little quiz here to determine how long you guys would survive in the wilderness.
5 minutes.
Just question number one, if you could only take one object with you on your hike other than water, what would you take? What is the one object you should take that will help you the most?
Well, clearly one of those delicious compasses we just talked about. Yummy. I think the one other item with me on the hike. Is there a right answer?
Yes.
Oh,
there's a top 5, but I would say there is a clear number 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Xbox.
No, you don't have.
And this is aside from your hiking gear that you already have, like good shoes and clothes and stuff.
If shoes and clothes you have, and you have water.
Those are all okay.
What is the one item you get?
What?
Is there one item you already get or no?
I said water.
Just water.
Okay, water. I wouldn't take.
You're
that.
already dead, man.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I would not take water. I would bring
take vodka.
Mickey's Big Mouth, wide mouth, malt liquor.
Okay, Omar, you're going to take this seriously. What would you take?
I am taking it seriously. If I'm going to the woods,
it's definitely some sort of tool because I think a tool is going to be helpful. I'm trying to figure out exactly what tool would be the best. I was thinking maybe like a pickaxe or a shovel, but I'm going to go with a knife because I think a knife is a good overall utility thing. You could kind of dig a little bit, cut, and I think you could defend yourself and possibly kill some animals.
Interesting.
I have the answer. Magnifying glass.
Why? So you can kill bugs?
So you can do that cool thing with the light.
It's going to be nighttime, dude.
All right, what about you?
Jake probably, he's an outdoors guy. He probably knows the answer.
By the way,
I think this is where Jake is going to live.
Jake always looks like he just got found. When they showed
he does.
When they showed the guy yesterday that got found after he was missing for 10 days.
I was like, oh my God, Jake.
I thought it was a picture of Jake. This is how Jake looks every day, like he just got discovered in the woods.
His look, that's a good look, man.
So what would you take, Jake?
The one thing I would take if I was going to be up all night is like beef jerky, some kind of snack. If you have beef jerky,
a snack?
You're such an idiot.
You're going to be hungry. And if you have beef jerky, hang on.
You don't know if you're going to be there.
If you have beef jerky, the sodium in it helps you not to cramp up. So there you go.
How long before you eat your dog?
I think we die together.
She would eat you so. She would eat you so quick and be so mad.
She totally would. She'd love eating your corpse.
That her meal was so smelly.
All right, the number one thing you're supposed to take is you're right, the delicious compass, some form of navigation, compass, GPS map, whatever. The second thing is some kind of fire starter, some way to start a fire, and then a first aid kit and a knife. Those are the top 4. All right, you're lost on the trail. You got no service. What's the best method to use to try and get back to safety? Trying to orient yourself, get back to your car, whatever it is.
Flares. Road flares.
Did you pack those with you?
Nope. But I would have. That's what I say. God, I wish I had flares.
All right, Omar?
So you're, I would guess you're trying to backtrack. So you're trying to kind of center yourself and see if you could spot any footsteps, if anything looks familiar that you passed, and then, head in that general direction and start yelling help.
Okay, Jake?
What's the question?
You're lost. Well, what's the best method to get back to safety if you're lost and you've lost the trail?
If you can find water, head downstream. If you're squinting dark, head towards sunset or the other direction, which way your car was.
All right.
That's what I was saying.
Well, you're all dead.
Oh, great.
You have to. No. This is like the number one reason people die is because they don't know how to get back to where they were.
Well, that's all the time we have for this, so we'll never give you the answer.
You have to create landmarks, create markers. You got to make short little trips and track yourself, and then you can go back to your original location. You go farther and farther every day, and you spread out and make kind of a map of the area yourself.
Oh. Who's got that kind of time?
Yeah. Well, if you're lost in the wilderness, you have a lot of time.
Yeah, but the whole idea is while you're even doing your little journey, you stop along the way, you tie little ribbons to trees and stuff. So if you have to go back.
This is after you're lost. You're not just doing this on every hike.
I'm done. I'm just jumping off the cliff at this point.
There was a story about a woman who died, I think it was 100 meters from the trail because she just did it. She was like, God. I don't know where I'm going. And she just died because she didn't know how to find the trail again.
Alley Show. Coachella tickets in about 5 minutes, but some people are impatient and they want to win, or they'd rather come hang out with us for Ditch Day, and that puts us in Huntington Beach as we say hello to Michelle, caller 20. Hello.
Woohoo! Yes, hey, Michelle, Sweet Dibs.
Friday, Sweet Dibs. Can't wait to meet you, hang out in person. We'll be at Snow Summit. Love you to join us. Got some lift tickets for you and some VIP party passes.
I'm so excited.
You have an excuse.
I got my excuse ready. I'm going to be at the Intuit Dome the night before, and I'm going to be hella hungover from that, and I can't make it to work in the morning.
Great idea. You're going to be at Fire Aid the night before. What a great 48 hours you got planned, huh?
Yep, so excited.
All right, cool. Hold on 1 second. We will meet you on Friday if you can make it up the mountain. Allie, let's get to the news, then a brand new hour of the show, which will kick off with your Coachella tickets. It all starts now.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
Today in recall news, 2 different foods are being recalled. Which one do you care about? It will say a lot about you. First, there's the smoked salmon recall. At Costco, the salmon recall is for any smoked salmon and could contain listeria, which again sucks that you get listeria from making a healthier choice. Seems like a waste. And then there's the Lay's potato chip recall. It is being classified as one of the highest risk recalls and could be fatal, which seems over the top because they're being recalled over undeclared milk that may be present in the chips. So if you're you have like a deadly milk allergy and you eat Lay's, then you're going to die maybe.
You know how LA has so many different types of milk? Like if you go anywhere now, it's like it's not just milk, oat milk, almond milk, soy milk.
Camel milk is a thing now.
Camel milk is in?
Yep.
There was that big Super Bowl commercial a few years ago. I forget, which milk was that? It was like nut milk or something. It was some other milk.
You're so
Regardless,
right. What was that?
Undisclosed milk, I think, is the future. I like that. We should brand
I'll
that.
have 2% undisclosed.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Latte, undisclosed milk. Thank you very much. Yeah, I don't know why.
Just because we're talking about recalls, I also wanted to point out that organic whole milk by Horizon is also pulling 19,000 plus cases because they're spoiling prematurely.
Dude, I feel like that's happening with a lot of food. Because you know what I think happened? Talk about conspiracy theory.
Oh, here we go.
I think when the fires happened and everybody lost power, including all the damn stores, their crap started spoiling, and they don't want to get rid of all their stuff like we had to get rid of it.
Served it up.
So they're serving it up, and they're like, hey, here's some discounts because I'm getting stuff and it is very questionable. I'm still eating it, but it's questionable.
Of course you are. That's right, Allie. You don't waste it. This smells terrible, but I'm still eating it. I get it.
You know how many of those sausages I ate?
Yeah.
A lot.
What do you do if you have a recalled bag of potato chips? You eat all except one and then bring it back for a refund?
I mean, if you don't have a milk allergy, you can just eat them, is the point.
Great.
That's why I think it's ridiculous that they're like, this is deadly, because it's only deadly if you have some kind of deadly milk allergy.
Right. I would imagine someone who has a milk allergy is going to try to find a bag, eat it quickly, and then sue.
And then get an excuse to come to Big Bear.
That's all you need.
All right, how many sit-ups can you do in a minute? If you want a career in the armed forces, you have to undergo rigorous training, both physical and psychological, and they're trying to lure people in because there has been a slump in jobs like this. People think it's too hard, too risky. Are you familiar, Klein, with the FBI sit-up test?
I know what the impossible sit-up is, where you...
What's that?
Convince your friend that it's impossible to do a sit-up with their tongue out and their eyes closed, and then someone puts their butt in their face and they sit up into it. It's one of the greatest pranks of all times.
I wish that you hadn't said that now. We could have done that to Jake.
He'll still fall for it after the show. Don't worry, Jake. We're going to see if you can do the impossible sit-up.
So,
I can do any sit-up.
I bet you can't do the impossible one.
No way, dude.
Well, we'll have to do that on the YouTube live stream.
Carrie be like, still did it.
We're going to do it during the next song on the YouTube live stream.
All right, how much want to bet?
I bet you Jake cannot do a proper sit-up with his tongue out and his eyes closed. And I will bet...
both of my buttholes.
I will bet a lot. I'll bet your dignity.
I need money.
All right.
So the FBI accepts applicants from people between the ages of 23 and 37, and you have to be able to complete a sit-up test, a push-up test, a 300-meter sprint, and a 1.5-mile run. And how well you do these things earns you a certain amount of points, and you have to get enough points to pass. If you can do, for women, 32 sit-ups in a minute, and for men, it's 38 sit-ups in a minute. Do you think you'd be able to do that now with no training?
38
it seems easy to me.
In 1 minute.
That seems easy to you?
Nope, totally easy.
You're doing a sit-up. Remember,
Really?
Jake did 75 push-ups, no problem, in a row.
Yeah.
How far does your tongue have to stick out?
I think it has to be able to get to your sergeant's butthole.
Very far. Very far.
They have those in the FBI. I don't think so.
That's how you climb the ranks. Yeah, you're doing basically a sit-up every 2 seconds,
And
right?
it's one of those sit-ups where, and they like have a whole video with the protocol, but somebody holds your feet.
Oh, it's the easiest. It's
And I'm
the
like, if
easiest.
somebody
all the way down, all the way up, right?
Yeah, and they said you have to be able to put your shoulders all the way on the ground every single time, and if you have incorrect form, they won't count that sit-up.
But I thought you had reported in a previous ADD news that they were lowering the standards for all of these things because it was too difficult for people to, hit that top 1%.
But I wonder if this is part of that, because 32 seems manageable to me.
Yeah.
And then you feel like if it's attainable, it used to be like, oh, the police academy or, oh, the military basic training, it's so rigorous, it's so hard. You have to be like an American Ninja Warrior to pass.
Just the best of the best.
But if it's like something that you're reading and you're like, I probably could do that.
Yeah, 32.
Then you kind of want to challenge yourself, because it seems like even just with a little bit of training, you could probably figure it out.
Jake, you think you could do 32 impossible sit-ups in a row?
How much money you want to bet?
All right, we'll figure it out.
All right, and then finally, Spirit is still bankrupt, even though people were trying to buy them out. They were not successful, and it seems like the efforts are still continuing. Frontier Airlines has made another offer to merge with the bankrupt Spirit Airlines less than 2 years after a previous plan with JetBlue fell through. So I know Spirit was changing some of their policies to say, hey, you can't have offensive tattoos and you
See-through
can't have
shirts.
see-through clothing and all that stuff. And I think that that's what motivated Frontier to be like, all right, come on. We got to save the Ratchet. They have to be able to fly. It's not fair.
What are all these people that are in wet bathing suits going to do? They can't get on an airplane. Hey, how would you like to go to Coachella? Got your tickets right now? All you got to do is get on the phones. 800-520-1067. I'm looking for you. Caller 20. 3-day Coachella tickets will be yours. That's how we kick off a brand new hour of the show right here on KROQ.
fighters.
Klein Alley Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
All right, good morning. Klein Alley Show on a Wednesday. Thanks for hanging out. You listen, you watch, streaming on YouTube as we speak. Some people checking out the live stream for the very first time this morning. Waiting for Jake to perform that impossible sit-up. Oh, you better believe that'll be we'll save that for sweeps, man. That's going to bring in all the viewers. Lots to get into this hour on the show. Of course, kick things off by getting you into Coachella. Chances to win those tickets on KROQ all day at 9, noon, 3, and 6. Just got to be the right caller. Some people have said that they have unsuccessfully tried to be caller 20 for over 2 years. Other people, I don't know how it is, but they're able to figure out how to do it. Mm-hmm. They're just luckier, or they've got the timing down.
I'll never know what that's like.
Yeah, I don't know. What those of you that are serial winners, also known by the less nice term prize pigs, congratulations on your ability to game the system. And for everyone else, just keep on trying it eventually. Because we've talked to a lot of first-time winners this week. They go, it was all worth it. All worth
It's
it.
nice that you give a shout-out to the prize pigs.
Shout out Prize Pigs.
That's your app that you endorse,
No,
right?
it's Prize Picks. That's very different. Promo code KROQ. $50 off.
The tickets that you're going to get right now.
We'll get to the winner of these Coachella tickets in a moment. But someone did want to point out the parts of this show that they hate and the parts of this show that they like. And if you're a new listener, I think it's valuable you hear this.
Two of the greatest, most underrated moments that happen on the show every now and then. Okay, one is when Vanessa is getting all defensive, and then she starts getting all flustered and upset and stumbling over her words and contradicting herself. Absolutely amazing. And the other is when Jake or Johnny chime in with a joke out of nowhere, and, 9 times out of 10, they're not funny, and you guys just either don't acknowledge it and keep the show going or keep the conversation going, or it's just silence, and then you guys just move on. So good. I love that. Sweet volleyball.
Sweet volleyballs to you, good sir. Thank you for the instant feedback about the show.
Everyone has a voice on this show.
Say hi to someone and make their life instantly better. Hey, Carla?
Hey, prize pig?
Hey, Carla? Are you there?
Hi.
Hello?
Hello.
You are caller 20.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
You're going to Coachella.
Oh my gosh, I am so excited.
Green Day.
Lady Gaga.
So many others. You will be there. Hold on one second. You ever won before?
I have.
Great. Well, congratulations. Shout out to you. If you want to win those tickets again, you'll have a chance again at noon, 3, and 6 right here on KROQ. Let's give you this one from our buddy Jared Leto, huh? 30 seconds to Mars time on KROQ. Do you have a, quote, sexy job? Apparently, the list has shifted now. In the year 2025, there is a new, quote, sexiest job. I didn't realize that this list was updated every year. And people, I guess, are changing what they used to think was, quote, a sexy job to what it is now. I think we can all agree.
Still not our job on the list.
Not our job has not made the list. Arbiter of audio is not on the is not on the list of sexiest jobs.
Should be.
But I am curious because, you know, when they actually put these lists together, right? They talk to people and they figure out what do you consider a sexy job.
Well, and it used to be that like finance Wall Street guy kind of thing was one of the top sexy jobs. Yes.
I thought it was like construction worker and nurse and things like that.
Interesting, because the list has changed. But then it's also very confusing because these are not jobs that I thought were like hot people jobs, and I have a few in my mind that are hot people jobs.
Like I would think anything that would be a go-to sexy Halloween costume would be a sexy job. Like those are just sexier versions of the job that's already sexy to begin with. That's how I would think they would put this list together.
Pregnant nun is not on here.
Oh man. Well, anyway,
sexy pregnant nun.
Here's a serious question: do you have a job that you consider a sexy job, or what jobs do you consider sexy and or unsexy? Because I also think there should be a list of the unsexiest jobs.
So that we can make a list.
So that we can make a list and get that out there. So finally, hey, morning radio show host. All right, we did it. 800-520-1067. We'll come back with that. Find out if the job you have is actually sexy or not. Maybe you have to lie about the job or change jobs. We'll get to that and more next.
Coachella might be one of the most iconic music festivals in the world.
All right, music festival goers, the Coachella lineup is here. Let's talk about Coachella.
This is going to be epic.
The Coachella lineup has just been announced. Headliners are Lady Gaga, Green Day, and Post Malone.
All week on K-Rock. Win a pair of 3-day passes to Coachella. April 11th through 13th and 18th through 20th. Empire Polo Club in Dio. Featuring
Hey, this is Billy Joe from Green Day.
Green Day, Post Malone, Lady Gaga, Megan Thee Stallion, Travis Scott, Jimmy Eat World. The Prodigy, The Original Misfits, The Beaches, Reba Doobie, Joe, Basement Jacks, and tons more. Listen at 9, noon, 3, and 6 to win your way in with 3-day passes to Coachella.
World Famous KROQ.
On the World Famous KROQ.
KROQ.
Look at that. Look at this. Dude, we're in like Colorado.
How important is it to have a sexy job or a job that is deemed sexy? I would imagine if you've, got something on your dating profile and people are like, whoa, that guy is not that great looking, but that's a sexy job. Maybe that helps points in your column. I've never had a job that is considered a, quote, sexy job. I always feel like that goes to flight attendants and pilots. I feel like they're always on top of the list. But Ali said things that are changing. And so the question we have for you right now is, do you have a sexy job? What jobs do you consider sexy? And then we'll, of course, go over this list that supposedly has been curated to give us the official sexiest job in all of America, maybe the world.
Yeah, I'm interested if you can guess the number one. This is the top 8 most attractive careers for any potential partner of any gender. And last on the list goes to something that used to be first on the list, and that is any finance position, an investor, a hedge fund manager, crap like that.
But that just means rich. I mean, that just means they have a lot of money.
An attractive job is, hey, that maybe I won't have to work someday.
Right. But
so they're on a good career path. I should date that person.
Stephanie, what do you find to be a sexy job?
I think a landscaper. My husband comes home with, his landscaping outfit. He has his own business. And I just I find it so attractive. His beard just is.
That's your husband.
Maybe he's the outlier too. By the way, because my gardener Juan, he is not an attractive guy.
That's right. Omar's never been turned on by Juan.
But he's done wonders for my azaleas.
He loved, my hibiscus looked great.
Yeah. I mean, that's good, Stephanie. It means you're attracted to your husband.
But I can understand jobs where you're working with your hands and you've got a lot of tools.
But do you check out other landscapers, Stephanie, or no?
Well, yes, and this is why he made sure that he was our own landscaper, so that, I don't...
Oh, he doesn't trust you on other landscapers.
Damn.
All right. Keep your hose away from my hub. I get it. All right, JR, what do you have a sexy job, you believe?
Yeah. I work a lot with my fingers.
What do you do?
I'm a data analyst.
I don't think data analyst. I'm going to guess that's not on the list.
Data, sexy. Well, I will say nerd jobs, like tech jobs, IT, I think used to be not sexy jobs, and now they are more sexy.
But I've never seen, in all of the Halloween things I've ever been to, stores, whatever, I've never seen I'm a slutty data analyst. Never seen it. It doesn't exist. It's not.
But those dudes rake in the dough, though, man.
JR, do you rake in the dough?
A decent amount.
All
right. Pays the bills.
All right, pays the bills.
That's modest.
That's something rich people say.
Yeah, totally. Yep. I do okay for myself.
Alex, you have a sexy job, you believe?
I believe so.
What do you do?
I'm a weed delivery driver.
Oh, that's interesting. I bet you it's not on the list. I think bud tender should be on the list. I always feel like very attractive. I've been to quite a few dispensaries, and it's very hard to find an unattractive bud tender.
So number 8 was finance. Number 7 was tech jobs. And data analyst is listed as one of the tech jobs.
Oh, really? Oh, congratulations, JR. You made the list.
Number 6 was science.
Science? That's not a job.
Well, it gives examples.
What?
Science?
You mean scientist? Are you trying to say scientist?
What do you do for a living? Science.
What?
It says things like
pharmacy.
They're doing it in terms of fields.
Okay.
Like finance, tech, science.
Got it. So you work in science, and that's considered sexy because you're supposed to be smart, I guess?
A chemist, a researcher, a pharmacist, things like that. Then number
I don't like the direction we're going.
Yeah, I don't either. These are getting real too smart. When do we get the dumb jobs?
Right.
I don't think there are any dumb jobs on here. Number 5 is anything in the business world, like marketing or sales.
Can a scientist hit a button that does this like I can? Bet they can't. I bet they can't.
Analyze that, bitch.
Yeah, how sexy am I? I work with my fingers.
Come on, let's get another one.
All right. I'm in my horn tab. I got all horns now. Here's another
Ladies,
one.
you boned up?
Yeah. How to get them horny.
Hey, science, listen to this. Yeah.
We stand corrected.
Guess I'm in data
Take
analyst
that, science.
Too. That's right.
Law was number 4, so lawyers, police officers, etc., anybody in the law category. Then number 3 was emergency response, so firefighters, EMTs, ER doctors, nurses, etc.
I assumed firefighters would be there, especially now. But always, they think about jobs that were always sexy.
We have a firefighter who listens to the show, and on the YouTube stream, he was saying he slays.
I bet he does.
He was like, I don't even have to try.
I know.
Wow.
I know. I wonder how little I could volunteer as a firefighter to get some of that rub. Get some of that shine. Huh? You guys need someone that can hit
You want to
this?
save lives? You want this?
Firefighter.
Better than a siren. Number 2 is anything in education. So there you go. Klein, sexy teacher. Things like that.
Anything, but that's considered
Sexy tutor.
Sexy job. I wonder. I understand. That seems like also gender specific. Actually, no. I think women like the English. I feel like a guy
who reads. Hot guys reading was like a huge thing on social media for a
It
while.
is?
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
I read
Women
comic books.
would just sell not comic books. It was like men on the subway reading Great Expectations, and girls would take pictures and be like, "Oh my god, this guy!"
Jesus.
And
How
then
about guys waiting for whatever book that is to be turned into a movie, and then watching the movie of the book?
guys watching movies of books
Yeah.
is not a thing.
I'm waiting for my
And then
time to shine.
Number 1 was healthcare, so doctors, surgeons, nurses, therapists, even,
once
which
again,
is my wife's profession.
Once again, rich. It's people that make a lot of money. Doctors,
No,
surgeons.
because you're also making money, but you also like save lives and help people. But I was surprised that chef was not on this list, because of all the people that I've dated, chef I think was the hottest job, because you get home and they're all cooking for you, and then they're like, "Let me teach you how to thump a melon," and then you're like, "Here's how you flambe a banana," and you're like, "Ooh, I'm sucked in."
Oh man, I just lost him. We had a chef on the phone that was claiming that he has a sexy job, but we know Vanessa's into the chefs, loves the chefs.
Right, Vanessa?
Yeah, I agree. Chefs are sexy. They can cook.
I would say like anything fitness or yoga or, something in that profession as well is really sexy.
When you think sexy chef, Vanessa, you're talking like Mario Batali?
I don't know who that is. I'm thinking someone that's creating something delicious for me to eat.
Look up Mario Batali and Emeril Lagasse and tell me which one is sexier.
How do
for
you
you.
spell this? Just kidding.
Let's see how long it takes Vanessa to get
Say
either
it
of
one
these.
more time, Mario. What?
Mario Batali.
Mario what?
Look him up. Is that
Mario
is that your style of sexy chef?
Batali.
Or I'll give you the option: that or Emeril Lagasse.
Oh my gosh! Only pasta came out for Mario Batali.
Oh, that's a better.
But you know what? I love pasta, so yeah, I'm sure he's sexy.
I believe it. All right.
Looks like his hair's made
There's a
pasta.
quote from Vanessa: Mario Batali is sexy. Go ahead and
I
run
only
with
got
that.
pasta in the search. You and me.
KROQ Klein Alley Show, about to get out of here. Nicole Alvarez is roaming the halls. She'll be in here in a few moments with more Coachella tickets for you and 40 minutes nonstop KROQ. Let's do some takeaways from today's show. Oh, by the way, today we got a bonus pod to bring you. Showtime, Klein Alley Showtime. Totally raw, uncensored. Here's a review of our most recent episode.
The Showtime was like super good. It was like one of the best Showtimes you guys did in like such a long time. They're all good, but this past Showtime was like a really good Showtime.
Yeah, the show continues on
I don't
Showtime.
even remember what it was.
I don't either.
I like to block those out completely, don't you?
I think we say way too much. We share way too much because we just assume it's not on KROQ, so no one's really listening, and then some people listen. And anyway, if you want to check out the bonus pod, we're going to go do that down the hall, and that'll be posted a little bit later this morning. Greatly appreciate those of you that have subscribed already. Download the podcast, even if you listen to us live. It all helps. And those of you that have checked out the YouTube, those numbers continuing to grow. So please check that out. Share with a friend. Invite some other people to this weird world that we've created here on KROQ in the mornings. All right, Allie, takeaways from today's show. What do we got?
All right, lots of takeaways this morning. 714, my takeaway is Klein Alley Show. Not quite as popular as Jackie and Shadow. God
damn, those Eagles are back again, just when I thought we had them beat.
Come on, we'll beat them. I think they're up to like 18,000 views right now.
Sons of bitches.
Just watching the Eagles sit there. 562, my takeaway is Buzzballs are the breakfast of champions.
Yeah, that was
We gotta get that recipe.
Some recipe from second
2 glasses of wine and a second Buzzball.
And a Buzzball.
14
She'll be at our party on Friday.
She'll be driving.
Yeah, she'll be there. She will not be driving. I hope she's not driving.
424, my takeaway is Allie is going full Dirty Sanchez.
She sure is, all show long.
213, my takeaway is some nights are so drunk you don't remember if you drank or not.
Mm-hmm.
510, my takeaway is if I ever get a Komodo dragon, I'm definitely naming it Spike.
Great takeaway.
And 213, my takeaway is if it fits in, put it in, with or without friction.
Yeah, what a heated petty claims court today. You can check out all those things we talked about and know what the hell we're talking about. If you don't know the context, check out the full show wherever you get your podcast, Klein Alley Show, or just search KROQ and maybe we'll come up.
And
all right.
424 said my takeaway is bird sex is immaculate, like Jesus.
That's how birds do it. Jake, you got a takeaway?
Yeah, Allie versus the New York Times is headed to the Supreme Court.
Woo!
Omar Khan, do you have a takeaway? I'm a handicap. That's not a takeaway. That's a clip from today's show.
You say
I don't remember saying that. Well, I don't like it. All right, Omar, I'm a handicap. I see you with that, and I raise you this.
Oh, damn it. Come on.
This was Omar practicing his clarinet
now play
this
what
morning.
Klein's playing now over your song.
I'm a handicap.
Oh, God.
All right, I don't like it. I don't stand by that guy.
What's the problem?
Omar will debut his first actual clarinet performance tomorrow.
Do you really want that for another entire break, man?
Well, this was you practicing.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
We haven't heard you actually play the real clarinet yet.
That's me playing, dude.
Well, tomorrow is your day to really perform. One and done.
Oh, my God. All right.
What is your... all right, everyone's done with takeaways. Al, you got one, or are we out of here?
My takeaway is get yourself to an IKEA to get the latest murder dresser.
Murder Mom is what it's called. All right, have a great day. Do it tomorrow. Try to do it better. In the meantime, find us on the GOAT line, 844-956-GOAT, Instagram, everything else, at Klein Alley Show. And the bonus pod dropping shortly. All right, take us out, Omar. Here we go.
They feel that that you know they feel that
The world famous KROQ.
Good morning, Annette Bangers. What is poppin'?
Hi, bitches.
not very nice. In a very nice way, bitches.
You just got hit and ran by Vanessa. She called you guys bitches. She said, bye, bitches. Anyways, how are you?
I'm getting some noodles, bitches.
Yeah, she's like, I'm out of here. She's like, F this shit, I'm done.
Oh, did you hear about Lay's recalls all their potato chips because of a hidden ingredient?
What was the hidden ingredient?
Nobody knows.
Ooh, are you guys still eating Lay's potato chips?
No.
That's pretty sus. I'm not gonna lie. The only good chips that I actually liked were the taco Doritos. Those ones are actually pretty gas. Everything else was ass. Gas and ass are two different things.
Gas and ass are two different
Gas and ass are two different things. Hey, you guys coming the snow this Friday? You guys gonna come hang out and party with us and have a good time? Love to have you up there. Just saying. I want to have a big snowball fight. Last year they didn't let us really have a snowball fight, and the guy up there got kind of mad that we were all throwing snowballs. I say let's just do it. They're not. What are they gonna do? Throw us all off the mountain?
Wait, can I give you the best quote that James Hetfield of Metallica gave me?
Sure, yeah.
It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
That's facts. Nicole just said James Hetfield gave her the best advice ever of Metallica and said it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. Yeah. So with that being said, let's just have a huge ass snowball fight and then just beg for forgiveness. Because that's actually better than asking for like permission. I think we should do that instead. And also too, we should make teams. If you guys want to make teams, we should definitely make teams. I'll have one team. Vanessa or whoever can have another team, and I just want to see some. I just want to see what team we could have and just see like how that gets balanced out. And then I want to have just a big brawl. There's a huge flat open area where we could all have like a huge snowball fight, and I just want to do that because that'd be really sick. That'd be sick. Anyways, what did we talk about on today's show really quick? I don't remember half the things we talked about. Do you guys listen for all 4 hours? Like, do you sit and listen? I have to because I work here. But like I'm not gonna lie, I zone out here and there because it's a lot to have my attention for 4 hours. You know, movies, even when you go to the theaters, movies that are like longer than 2 hours, it has to be really gripping and really like something I really want to see and be able to sit there for 2, maybe 2.5 hours. But sit there for 3 to 4 hours, that's crazy, dude. That's so crazy. Like Oppenheimer, fell asleep. I think I might have left to go see Barbie. And Barbie actually was the better movie. I'm not gonna lie. Unpopular opinion, Barbie really slaughtered Oppenheimer when that movie first came out. I can see Barbie about 2 to 3 times. Great fucking film. Great cast. Great. I hate musicals. I'm not gonna lie. I hate musicals. I hate when they have like a very serious, interesting scene and then all of a sudden they break into song. I hate that so much. It's so dumb. But with the Barbie movie, it was actually funny. And I was like, okay, this gets a pass. This is like actually good. And it affected the culture. Who's going to remember Oppenheimer in a couple of years right now? If Oppenheimer didn't release with Barbie, people would not have given a rat's ass about Oppenheimer. Just saying. It's not even Christopher Nolan's best film. And I'm not even a film guy.
You're not wrong. They definitely hyped each other, but
right.
Barbie hyped Oppenheimer more than...
That's what I'm saying, yeah. Barbie hyped Oppenheimer, and I would say Oppenheimer kind of piggybacked on the success or the fame of what, like, Barbenheimer or whatever you guys were calling it online and stuff. Yeah, Barbenheimer. Like, Barbie was definitely, let's be real, Barbie's definitely the more stronger movie. It was definitely more of a cult classic, and I think in 20, 30 years from now, people are still going to be talking about Barbie. People are still going to be making references and saying, hi, Barbie, and shit like that. So, I think Barbie was the best film. Go, girls. That was a W. Yo, W's in the chat for Margot Robbie. Not only is she beautiful, she's an amazing director, and she's amazing talent. And now she's a mom, too. I think she just gave birth. So, shout out pregnant women. Shout out any kind of women. Shout out kids. Shout out dads. Shout out dogs. Your crusty little white furry dogs that you have in your families. You know which ones I'm talking about. You know when you go over to your friend's house and you come over and you see the little dog and it's a tiny little white Maltese, like crusty dog with like the brown shit coming from the eyes and like the long, like curly white hair that hasn't been cut in so long. And its name is like Bella or like Scooter or something like that, or Lucky. Those kind of dogs. Why does everybody have that kind of dog? I had that kind of dog. I don't know why. 2 of my buddies had that kind of dog. One got lost and the other one got hit by a car. Very sad, but you know what? Watch your dogs and don't call them Bella. Think of something else. There's tons of like really good dog names. I don't think Bella qualifies or Lucky. It's done. It's so done. Like, give it up. Not good anymore. Best dog name, and I'm gonna keep it to myself, but you know what? Maybe I'll share it with you guys. The best dog name for any kind of dog. And I was thinking if I ever got like a corgi or a really cool dog, I would name him this. I would name the dog Oatmeal. Chat, drop a blue heart if Oatmeal is a really like fire ass name. I thought Oatmeal was the cutest name for a puppy or a dog, or like, and then you could call him Oats or Odie. Dude, that's such a fire name. Yeah, this guitar was signed by Alessia Cara, and it's kind of rubbing off because I play it so much, and I've only had it for like about 2 to 3 months, but they found it in the promotion department over here at KROQ, and I wanted a guitar for office shenanigans and just doing what we do, and yeah, they found this and they got it for me, so shout out to the promotion department. So now I just play Bob Dylan all day. Shabba-dabba-ding-dong. That's all the good stuff for today. I'm going to go. We got a couple meetings to go ahead into right now. Please come Friday, 1 to 3, Snow Summit. Please come. Call all your friends. Even if you don't win tickets, just come and hang out with us. Even if you want to just chill in this in the log cabin party area and come, there's like drinks and food and stuff. Just come. You don't have to win tickets for the lift unless you really want to do that and you do want to ride. Personally, I'm not going to be playing in the snow or doing much other than a snowball fight. If we have a snowball fight, I'm definitely going to participate in that. I want to do that. That's the one thing I really want to do. I don't know if anybody else is going to ski. Vanessa, are you going to ski?
No.
Yeah, Vanessa's not going to ski. Klein, I don't think is going to ski. Allie will ski.
Snowboard.
Do you want to come?
No, because I have the Grammys, but I want to snowboard.
What a flex. What a fucking flex. Hold on.
No.
Say that one more time.
No.
We sound so out of touch. Say, where are you going, Nicole?
I have stupid Grammy shit.
Ooh, Nicole is choosing to do Grammy stuff.
I'm not choosing.
Or her hand is being forced to do Grammy stuff as opposed to come to the snow.
You know what I get to do on Sunday?
You get
going to like a little Idols show at the fucking Silver Lake Lounge.
Idols?
Yeah.
IDLES.
IDLES.
This band right here, one of my favorites.
Yes.
Damn, at the Silver Lake Lounge. Fuck. That's fire, dude. I'm jealous of that one. That's even cooler than the Grammys. Anyways.
I'm not interested in going in.
Anyways, you guys, we'll see you soon. Keep thinking of our buddy Matt Pinfield. Hopefully he feels better. Send good vibes. And we will see you Friday, too.
We knew that was coming.
Klein, you want to say bye?
Yo, bye.
Show them hey, what are you listening to on your AirPods? What are you listening to?
What?
Song check. What are you listening to on your phone?
Big Boy.
Big Boy? 92.3?
Neighborhood. No, there's nothing on right now. I just put them in.
Oh, okay.
If I don't put them in my ears, I'll lose them.
All right. Net Bangers, we will see you tomorrow. See you later. Habba labba ding dong, shabba labba ding dong, shabba labba. See you later. Take it away, Justin.
I can't believe you were going to say I was out of touch.